The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chocks out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
The doctor's in.
You know what's up. Hi, Christy. We have one more guest that I hear is about to pop in, so I'm gonna go ahead and play his spot too. You guys know him. You love him. No, the guest is not Jack Kirby.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, you know, it was fantastic, and there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk, and then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead of heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know the real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." See? Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, see, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable, you know, they would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him part, they're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie." He says, and he says, "They'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down." And,
Hi, Glenn.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Allison. We lost Doc. He went for coffee.
Yeah, Doc left. He's just like, "Screw you guys, I'm out of here."
Wouldn't you think that Doc would know that he was on air today by at least a week and he'd have his coffee ready?
And he was actually in the backstage early enough to have gone and got coffee too.
I think it's just attention seeking, you know. We're talking about him, you see, so that's what it is. Yeah.
They think you're attention seeking too, bro.
Hi, Tina, Rita, Nita.
Oh, hey, Nita.
The only saying that's because it's true.
Wait, Glenn, you said you had an issue with Kickstarter?
Yeah, I've been trying to get on for about 4 weeks now to look at people's stuff and maybe even back it, you know. And I go on, I log in, and it'll say, we're giving you a call. And the phone rings, I answer the phone, and this lady says to me, oh, there's a problem, go to this website. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to any websites, you know.
You should be able to click on that link and go in. That's really weird.
Well, I can't. So I'm trying to sort it out. So we'll see. But, you know, they just lose my money, don't they? So
create a new email account.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Fuck them. If they don't want to let me on, I'm not going to go on.
Just test it. I was going to say, then you test it. If it lets the new one in.
I haven't got time. I'm talking to you. I haven't got time. I've got too much to do. If they don't want me on, I've done nothing. I'm doing has changed since I opened the account about 10 years ago. So I don't think I'm.
Try resetting your password. That's weird. I've never gotten that. Usually they just have the thing where you go, like if you have too many tabs of it up, you have to hold the button down to make sure you're not a spammer, but that's about it.
Yeah, but I'll get to it. I've got too many things to do.
Well, good afternoon, Glenn.
Hi, Doc. How are you doing? Did you get that message?
Well, I did.
Did you have a look?
I did.
What do you think?
I love it. the very last panel was the clincher. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I say, Nita. Fuck them. Pops, I've just sent Doc the.
He told me.
Oh, okay.
Shush.
But you don't get to see them. Hey, Allie. Good morning.
Hi, Alison. You okay?
Well, I'm doing. Can't complain. I could. No, I don't care.
All right there, Glenn.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I bet you guys have just got up, haven't you? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I am.
Yes.
It's 11 a.m. where I am.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so I'm not sure which one of us, other than myself, that Nita's talking to, but I'm doing this.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of weirdos here. I know she told me I sucked in my latest video.
I worked hard. I actually did a video called "I'm a Normie?" ? Because some of the CG trolls were calling me a normie. I didn't have any nerd cred. I'm like, that's hurtful. I've never wanted to be a nerd so bad in my life.
You don't have any nerd cred.
I didn't have any nerd cred. I don't even know what that means.
Do you know in England or the UK, being called a nerd is a bit of an insult, really?
It is.
I guess. Oh, it is in the States as well, right?
Yeah.
I think definitely an insult here. Well, at least it used to be. I don't know if it is anymore.
You all rejoiced.
I'm like, what the fuck is nerd cred? I've never even heard the two words put together before.
Thank you. I'm glad I could broaden your vocabulary today.
I thought it was kind of funny. Like they go when people go I've never had people approach me, but it's kind of funny because I have two parents, one designed nuclear reactors, the other one fucking has a master's in physical organic chemistry. It's like, yeah, come at me, bitch. I'm nerd royalty. Fuck you.
I'm just first off, it depends on what your classification of an insult is. Okay, you remember back in the day when it used to be the bookworm kid with the glasses, like Peter Parker, that was a nerd, right?
Yeah.
Peter Parker turned out to be a badass.
Yeah.
So you had to remember that that nerds had. They were like they were like caterpillars in a cocoon. You don't know what's coming out of there when.
Yeah, but you're missing the most important point, Pops. The fact is that Peter Parker doesn't really exist, but people at school who are bookworms do. Peter Parker doesn't care what you call him because he can't hear you.
There was no cred for being smart. There was no cred for any of that, though. That's correct. What I'm saying. It's like now everybody thinks, okay, I'm an adult and I'm still in comics, so now I'm a nerd, and it's cool to be a nerd and blah blah blah. You know, I hung out with the stoners. I hung out with the jocks. I hung out with the cowboys. I hung out with everybody, and I looked just like I do with all long hair and everything. And I got along with everybody. That could be because I had the good weed, but I don't know. You know, I'm just saying. It's like I didn't have a problem with any group that I ran with, and I even ran with the nerds.
The chat is loving Nerd Cred.
I mean,
Nerd Cred, get yours today.
I learned to play
Only
chess
on
when I was
Indiegogo.
when I was in second grade, not 2 years old. When I was in second grade, I learned to play chess. I started reading everything I could get my hands on once the Ritalin was gone. You know, yeah. Once I quit taking that shit, man, then it was like I was a sponge for anything I could get my hands on. I wanted to read it all. And, you know, I've read a lot of sci-fi, fantasy, historical, you know. Oh, I've read lots and lots of books.
I know that feeling.
Begin to count. I mean, you know, nerds.
I was a smart hoodlum.
Nerds were the smartest people. Okay, if you needed help with your homework, if you needed, you know, stuff like that, you went to a nerd. You didn't go to the high school football team for your math homework.
We didn't call that crowd stoners. We called them hoodlums. And basically, it was just anybody who was poor enough to not be in any other clique. And we hung out.
Those were the goth kids.
There was no goth back then.
All depressed.
No goth back then. So it was funny to me because I had all accelerated classes except for math. With math, I was in with the football team. Anyway, I was in all
private school. We were all nerds.
Do you want to know my claim to fame at school? Two things. The first one, well, three things. The first one was I played Clyde Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde in school play.
Oh, that's nice.
The second one was that I used to miss classes so I could prepare. Get this, so I was allowed to prepare little talks about them landing on the moon. And I used to miss maths classes, which I hated, which was really good. And I would end up going away in the library and preparing a little talk about Neil Armstrong and what the lunar module would do and all this kind of stuff.
We actually did land on the moon? Wait, what?
We did.
I'm joking.
And the third one, which is probably the greatest one, was that we call the you know the guy who was the toughest guy in the school, the one that either goes around beating people up or everybody's scared to speak to because he'll punch them, right? Now he was called Tommy Ralph. Now, I never had a problem with anybody at school. I was too busy reading Fantastic Four and watching Neil Armstrong and all that. I didn't bother. I was never in a clique. I didn't go around threatening people. I was never threatened. I just sort of breezed through school and just kept my head down and I was fine. One day we were playing football, soccer to you, and it started to rain. So we came off. Listen, we're getting there. We came off the pitch and we're standing in this little changing room area, the doorway. And you know what it's like when you play sports, you get saliva in your mouth. And I'm next to this wall, this return of this wall, and just as I spat, Tommy Ralph appeared. It went all over his shirt. This is the cock of the school. This is the guy who kills Sylvester Stallone when he lands at school, right? This guy's tough. And I spat all over his shirt, and everybody was there, and they all saw me, and they all went, oh, like you're dead. You are dead. And I thought, I am dead. I'm dead. And I said, oh, sorry, Tommy. And in that second, he realized that I was the last person who was going to do that, and it must be an accident. So he just said to me, wipe it off. So I wiped it off, and he went away, and I sort of collapsed because I thought he was going to rip my head off. You know? So, anyway, those are my claims to fame. 15 of them, Nita.
Nobody really bothered me. I was a jock and generally fairly quiet. So.
What's a jock?
I played lots of sports.
Right.
Yeah, it's the first one.
The sports jock, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I actually punched a boy like that was 3 times my size in junior high because he was fucking with me. I apparently bloodied his nose. We were smashing into desks and shit. So
Do you want to rephrase that, Christy?
no, I bloodied his nose.
No, the bit before he was fucking with you. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, it's not he was fucking me. It was fucking with me. You know, like because he was bothering me, and I got pissed off because all the kids were fucking with me. So I got pissed, and so I just fucking slugged him.
Good.
No, I've done that.
Yeah.
Good morning,
You can think
Stephen
twice
B.
after you hit him, especially when a girl hits you and she hits harder than you do.
Yeah.
So,
The thing is that we were smashing in a desk, and I think he was trying to hit me. But you know, if you've ever been in a fight in school, you get in that. There's like different modes your brain gets in, different ones.
Mhm.
Mine at that moment was that I was so angry. Yes, I was feeling smashing into desks and shit, but I didn't feel any pain. It was just more of I was angry and I wanted to kick the shit out of him.
When you get in a fight, you don't feel pain. You feel it after, but not during the fight.
It's weird. You can and you can't, but it's strange because
depends on your adrenaline, just general tolerance, but yeah.
Yeah, like I got into a fight with a girl and got hit in the eye. You know,
I boxed in the Navy, and I only had 3 matches, and I was 2-1. So you can guess what the one was. They put me in with this Marine. It was built like the Jeep he drove in on, and he knocked me the hell out. And I didn't feel a thing until the next day.
Yep, that's one of those situations where your pain tolerance is only so good. So,
yeah.
Yeah, the next day, it was weird. My jaw didn't hurt because he got a beautiful right cross on me. The back of my neck hurt. I guess it was whiplash.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I mean, again, I don't remember punching him in the face to make his nose bloody, but they said, "Oh, dude, you bloodied his nose." So the fact I went toe to toe with a guy that was 3 times my size and smashing into desks and I wasn't knocked out or crying, I think said something to somebody who's like, "Oh shit." I mean, I wasn't the smallest kid, but I wasn't the biggest kid either. But it was just sort of.
There was never a time that you were not the smallest kid. You were always the smallest kid. Come on.
No, actually, no. There was girls shorter than me or about my height.
I was always the tallest girl, so yeah.
Yeah, I was always the tallest one in the class as well, yeah.
And the funny thing is now, like the women that try to fucking pick fights with me, they're usually smaller than me. It's like, what is this? A fucking Napoleon Chihuahua?
It's called Napoleon complex.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you bitches? Like the taller girls or girls my height, we don't really have problems. We're cool. But like the smaller chicks are like they're the ones that have the worst attitude. The ones that the ones with the worst attitude that I've had the most problems with are the fucking small chicks that fucking talk a lot of shit online and over the phone. But when it comes to like even meeting you in public, they just fucking walk the other way. I'm like,
Nita had a good line there, so
yeah, I learned I was a freak in my first fight.
No, this one.
This one's good. Yes. That's awesome.
Oh, psychologically fucking him over is great too. Like,
my best line, and that's almost more important than winning the fight. The guy said, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and I didn't miss a beat. I said, "I carry my ass with me everywhere I go." And he was like,
mode.
Yeah.
So hey, Steven, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I just got up. And
just got up. Are you West Coast?
No, East Coast.
Steven.
I don't know. Steven sounds like me. I mean, I got up about a little less than an hour ago. So
I didn't just get. I got up like an hour or two ago.
Well, I was telling Potts before we went live. You know, normally we get up at 4 every morning, and no alarm needed. We just wake up at 4. So I got up and I came in and I started drawing, and I fell asleep sitting up with a drawing board in my lap. And it was Pops texting me going, "You coming?" I'm like, "Oh."
Got done with page 15. Now I'm going to page 16.
And I just dumped yogurt on me. Because, you know, I'm a klutz.
But you guys want to see how how page 15 looks real quick? Did I find it?
Looks like lines.
Oh, Allie. Allie.
That's page 16.
Don't be snarky.
Here's page 15.
All right, let's see.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, wow.
I like that. I like the house and everything, the way it's going there, and yeah, that's looking cool.
That is a good page.
That's
I
cool.
like that.
That's a good page.
Oh, and to answer Nita's question, yes, I already did. So.
So yeah,
I think that was a statement.
sun's about to go down.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, a lot of emergency vehicles suddenly here.
Sun's going down, big guy.
At your house, turn up the volume. What's up?
Just wait for them. You'll hear them. They'll go by in a second.
Oh,
There they
yeah.
go.
It sounds like a stepsister. You beat the shit out of her dude for lying. More power to you. People think I'm violent. What the hell? I mean, that's okay if you're the wrong person to want to bother me, but still, that's funny.
So this is my current work. The page I'm working on right now.
That's good.
Hatclub.
I have an idea for your color set on your main book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because looking at that page you sent me, and I was like, I got an idea for this.
Yeah, that's at dusk, by the way, too.
Okay.
So anyway, down here, he'll be handing her a drink, and
Nito, who are you talking to? It says because you're batshit crazy. I'm like, who are you talking to? All of us are kind of batshit crazy in our
I'm
stuff.
definitely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy scares people.
Oh no, she's talking about you, Christy. With that one, she's like, it's because you're batshit crazy, and crazy scares people. And I'm like, she's just real, and real scares people. Lots of people.
It's like going. I don't go over to people's houses uninvited and like camp out on their doorstep.
she collects money for the local organization. With a
I figured that. It's like, oh, I'm this gangster. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? Usually, like, actually, so I watch like cat videos, right? And there's a Korean one that has this full of rag dolls, and one of the cats is like a girl, and her name is Giselle, but they call her Gangster Giselle because she's always like, even though she's like one of the girls, she like always beats up on the other cats and shit.
Well, females in the cat family tend to be more dominant, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, how she beats up my Ginger. He's a boy. It's like my Ginger's a boy. She fucks with him all the time. She always sticks her nose up his butthole too. I'm like,
oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't know cats did that because, like, I mean, I've had cats before. I've known people with multiple cats. I've just never seen it as much as she does it to him.
Yeah, gingers tend to be male, so yeah, they do have female gingers, but they tend to be.
How can you be so cool and lame at the same time?
Yeah, it's kind of like calicos.
cats.
They're usually female, but every now and then you get a male one.
My buddy had 5 ginger cats, and they were all huge. You know, he'd gotten them fixed, and they were gigantic cats. And they would get out in his backyard. He had a plum tree, which from a distance, if you don't have anything for scale, looks like an oak tree, the way it grows. And these cats were just laying in the tree, and they looked like a pride of lions on the Serengeti.
You're the old boys?
That's what they thought they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
this is the definition of nerd.
Yep. Yep, I can go with that.
Nose in the bum. Now I got everybody talking about sniffing buttholes. That's great.
Yeah, Grizz, I'm not going to worry about establishing any dominance then. I'm just saying.
Christy's like, my work here is done.
Yes.
Ryan.
Ain't no Christina up in here.
Hey, Ryan.
What are you talking about? Who's Christina?
I don't know who this Christina is.
Doc, I'm going to show the first page of that hatch thing. Pops has seen this. Well, this is the finished one, so I'm going to show it.
All right.
There it is.
Look at him.
Yeah, like that. That looks really cool.
Look at him.
I like that.
I love it.
That's page
I'm
1.
not downloading no cat videos. No.
And
I have friends.
You just watch them on
download
YouTube.
videos. I'm not stepping on their toes. That's their gig, right, Jay?
I love I love that you can even make sand
Ren,
interesting.
that's beautiful.
Yes,
That is beautiful.
I just like drawing rocks, you know.
It's like feet and stuff.
Yeah.
A phantom zone. I love it. Look, come on.
Well, Pops has got the other pages. Doc's got the other pages, but we can't show Pops yet because he doesn't want to see it till it's printed. And I guess this book's probably months away. I don't know.
Yep, and we're not telling nothing.
No.
Yeah.
No. So there you go.
And I will torture myself with waiting forever to see it actually in print as opposed to just seeing the PDF version. You know what I mean?
So Christy will either kick your ass or show you a cute cat video, your choice. I'm like, what is it with me beating people up? I'm just amused about that.
She's nowhere near as mean as you guys are painting her out to be. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. She's not Amber Heard, for the love of God.
Yeah, I know. I'm not like angry about every little fucking thing. I mean,
Christy is one of them people wherein the saying "the pen is mightier than the sword" is appropriate. Okay, do not let her immortalize you. It won't be fun.
As mad as I've ever been, though, I can say I have never felt a compunction to drop a grumpy in someone's bed.
I never got that, to be honest. It's like people get really weird about that. They're like going, I just don't know, like, you shit where you sleep. That's kind of like shitting where you eat. I'm like going,
I would never drop a grumpy in a bed.
I mean, it's like weird now because it's like you see this really pretty chick. Because Amber Heard is beautiful, but then it's like her taking a shit. It's just like, man, you just
her beauty meter just fell like 20 points.
Yeah, that's just
kind of like,
disgusting.
It's kind of like you're a Tijuana hooker now, kind of level. Like, I mean, I know that sounds weird, but like I had friends whose brothers were in the military, and he fucked those, and he said, "Look, she's telling me they have a certain look, you know."
Look, I've known some vindictive women I hide my toothbrush around, if you know what I'm saying. But ain't none of them never wanted to shit on my bed. That's just
yeah, like Amber Heard. That's just like, man, you're just this gorgeous Hollywood actress, and just wow, you're lower than a Tijuana hooker, you know.
I just love that Johnny Depp on the witness stand, she dropped a grumpy in my bed. I'm sorry. She did what? She dropped a grumpy. I love it.
I think what Amber Heard doesn't realize is that most people love Johnny Depp and nobody loves her. So whatever he's done, we don't care. We think he's great. Do you know what I mean? So she hasn't got a chance, really. Did he see her lawyer?
Real.
Did he see her lawyer? Object to his own question. Did you see that?
I think I heard about that. I didn't watch it, but there was a clip of that.
I was watching Ricardo and he tore it apart. It was hysterical. The ninja, even if she paid someone to do it, she is forever going to be tied to pooping in a bed in anger.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like, from what I understand of her, she has a reputation of being really mean and nasty, like really cunty. So it's like they could see her doing that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Even if she paid somebody to do it, there's no proof that she didn't pay them to say they did it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too, because he's like all pretending to be like his accent is like British now, but the thing is like he's from fucking Kentucky, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp is about as Midwestern as you can get. So
I'll tell you what I find amusing about this case. I'm not
perturbed.
I've not been watching.
Amber Turd now.
Yeah, I've not been watching the whole thing, but I just find it amazing that just because allegedly he spends $1 million a month on his private jet and his wine and whatever he does, like that's a crime.
Yeah,
it's his money. He can burn it. He can burn it if he wants.
Well, not only that, but he also, another thing too is like, he just kind of like, he doesn't tell anybody what to do with their money. He doesn't go like,
right.
He just says like, I'm just going to drink my wine and fucking.
That's right.
Like,
Do you remember a few years ago? You know, Elton John apparently he's one of the most generous people around. He's obviously got lots of money, and we can all be generous when we've got lots of money, but he really is a generous guy. And he was criticized for spending $20 million in a year on flowers, sending flowers to people, right? Criticized $20 million, and people
It's his money.
People are saying he could give it to charity. He could do that. They don't understand.
Oh yeah.
But he's keeping people in work.
Really?
The power delivery service.
What?
Do you understand what I
Yeah.
mean? So he's not wasting it.
I just
He's
think
running an industry.
Yeah.
As I said, like with like people like Sean Penn, where like, oh, don't do this or don't do that, and like, go fuck off, dude. And then when something fucked up happens to them, and then people laugh, it's like it's not because we laugh at you because we're assholes. It's just you're just being a fucking unctuous piece of shit. You know, that's the thing. Like we just don't care. Like with Johnny Depp, people like him because he just says, "Yeah, I have my money, I'm rich, whatever. I just do my own fucking thing."
Well,
Lee, I was just thinking the same thing. You know, I've got Crohn's disease, so I have an ample supply.
Oh
And,
goddamn, dude.
you know, if you're out there and you're really angry at someone and you need a grumpy, just 1-800-GRUMPY.
You can hear the grumpies.
I need to trim my goats.
Dear God.
I had a friend that has a husky corgi mix, and then they say, like, you ever teach that fucking dog to do it? Stop.
Mom's home.
Yeah.
When I've got as much money as Johnny Depp, I will buy you all that bottle of wine that cost him $20,000.
There you go.
Right? Because it's my money. I like you people, and I would want to treat you. So I'm going to buy you all a $20,000 bottle of wine.
And you
If
can
I had
fly
Johnny
over
Depp's
on
kind
your
of money,
private
I
jet
would
and
do
we'll drink a glass.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Amber Heard thought that she was a cat, so that's why she shit in his bed.
Could be.
She left
Usually they piss in your bed more, though.
Yeah,
so.
they piss in your bed, but the shitting part, it's just like when they're especially displeased with you. Like, I have to hand it to cats in a way. Like, they'll get they do little asshole things, but you kind of have to appreciate because it's on another level of vindictive that you're like, you know, I never thought of that, you know? Okay.
Or they look you dead in the eye across the room and push something off of the shelf.
I would punt that fucker. Well, I mean, of course you would punt the fucker. I mean, it's an offensive thing to do. But I mean, I just like that level of vindictiveness. You just kind of have to go like, damn.
Pops, you're muted.
You're muted because you're fucking dogs.
Careful, Nita. Peter's watching.
Typically speaking, also, if a cat like poops or pees in your bed, there's a medical issue.
Yeah, that's usually it too.
Well,
or they're like boxes too nasty.
I don't have cats, but if it pooped in my bed, it really would have a medical issue.
Yeah, well, it would certainly be homeless.
Yeah,
just saying.
I have a cat that was peeing in my bed for a while. It turned out that he was very, very sick, and found out just how sick he was and how expensive it was when I got out of the hospital when I was diagnosed with MS.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. Cat is lucky that the vets were like, you just got out of the hospital. This cat's 2. We're going to let you pay on an installment plan, which is something vets generally don't let you do.
Oh, damn. Is this your current cat?
Yep. This is Rocket, the black and white one.
Oh. Dressed up like a cat and Amber Heard did it, laugh out loud. I don't know. But, I mean, it's just like this. I've heard really pretty much that Amber Heard's pretty much a cunt, basically. That's what I've heard in general. Like she has a horrible attitude. She's just really
listening to her own words on those recordings. It's like, yeah, I would have left you too. Just saying. For the love of God, can I please just go? Will you please let me leave?
So she was cornering him and stuff.
Yeah, she was very controlling, and he's very docile and just wants to be groovy.
He's trying to be cool. He's trying to be cool. She was a button pusher.
He got eaten by a bed. She never could let him down for
it.
Yeah. Like
just hit the link and come out here. Quit messing around in the chat.
Yeah, Nita, come on in here.
Yeah, come on, Nita.
Southerners represent. Get in.
If you're going to drop that many comments, you might as well be doing it with your voice and not your fingers. Save them. You might need them later.
This looks like Allie's work.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, man.
This is a commission I'm doing for someone.
Nice.
They wanted an 11 by 17 depiction of characters in their superhero RPG. So I'm doing them.
Outstanding. I've got a headache bigger than all outdoors.
I'm so glad I haven't
You
had a
gotta get
headache.
that coffee in you, dude. You took that nap instead of drinking coffee like
I know. I'm behind on my coffee budget.
I have one cup and that's it.
Shit.
Usually that's the only headaches I get. Like if I go a couple days without drinking Pepsi, which I'm down to, I can proudly say one glass a day.
Don't bother with the clothes, Nita. Just come
one of
on.
these and Pepsi a day is all I drink now. I used to fucking pound it.
I do about 3 or 4 pots of coffee a day.
Oh, looks like we're getting Nita. She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna grab some clothes.
You had to get clothes.
Well, naked works too.
We don't need clothes. Come on.
Throw up a warning. This show.
I remember there was a picture where she said "fuck it," and it's like there's all this hair on the floor with clippers. I said,
"Yeah,
man, you finally trimmed it. Is that it? Just kidding."
We don't have warnings for this show, Nita.
I'm already the warning right now.
I mean, this is the one show where we aren't really out here trying to chill. We're just like chill, man. Glenn gets crazy when we get too many people out here. We're been good today, though, right, Glenn? We've been good today.
Yeah.
Well, Rich is not here, so.
Rich is like,
Rich at the train station on his way home from work.
Yeah.
Have you noticed he's never on his way to work? Have you noticed that? He's always on his way home.
From work.
I wonder if he's actually got a home or when he just sort of goes around on the circular, the North Circular, and just he's always arriving. He's never departing. I just think he just doesn't get out of bed and he's just telling lies.
We can get in a cup.
He goes out early in the morning before we're awake.
I know he does.
He does like overnights or some shit, I guess.
I have a student coming over this evening for art lessons here in my home studio instead of the art school. And I don't want to have to clean my studio.
You knew the job was difficult when you took it.
Yeah, I know. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a sufficiently weird-looking firearm.
But I've procrastinated as long as I can. I've only known she was coming for a week. All right. I need more coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the players of some of these characters are like, okay, well, they have this, and I'm like, I'm just going to draw cool guns.
Right.
Never drew the style of clothing before.
Cool guns. That's all. Bang, bang.
Yeah. I'm like, you're a superhero. You're supposed to have some space age gun. Then fine. I'm just going to make something up.
Well,
I think I used some reference material for it, but I don't remember. It was late last night when I started drawing.
So, what have you been doing, Glenn, besides drawing Hatch and Crom?
I've been working out a business proposal with some people I know, and I'm not going to tell you about that yet, but hopefully it'll be coming to fruition soon. I'm just waiting for delivery of all the books, the Kirby books and DVDs, so I can get them out to fulfill the pledges. That'll be next week. I'll send them out, and then I can finally get all that Kirby film stuff off my computer and get it on its own flash drive and archive it and forget about it, for a while. So, and then I need to finish. I need to start promoting my Hatch Book 2, which has been finished since Christmas, But life happens and all that.
Yeah.
And then I've got a few other things I'm working on. I've got some a couple of science fiction novels I'm working on. I've also this year hopefully want to complete my book about my experiences in New York, and I'm still trying to get around to my 6 hours plus of film that I took in Rapa Nui, Easter Island, to try and get some kind of documentary about it, because it's just sitting there doing nothing. I want people to see it, how incredible that place is. So I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm also hoping.
Jeff Holman.
I'm moving on it. I'm hoping to come over to the States in August and see a few people.
Yes.
Plus the Grand Canyon again.
Yes.
And we're going to go to New York, Grand Canyon, and then to Michigan and all that area to try and meet up with you lot and see what we can do. I'm not saying any of that's going to happen. That's what I'm looking at. That's what
we're going to try to make happen. Yes.
Yeah, you got to look at it and then do it. So I will do it. I'll get over there, but I'm just not quite sure exactly where I'm going to be, because Helen wants to go to the Grand Canyon, and she'd like also to see Niagara Falls. So, opposite ends of the country, but not impossible. So we'll see.
Yeah, Niagara Falls ain't that far from here.
No. So that's the plan. I would like to get over to California, to Anaheim, because my friend Suzanne, who's in my Kirby book, lives in Anaheim, and I believe that's where Christy lives.
I live in Anaheim. I live an hour north. I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Close enough. This is my friend Jeff Holman from Still Token with the Dead. Yo, he's just a Facebook user now.
I was like, what?
He has one of them great like TV episodic shows that's also a comic. Every comic has like a live action show that they do as well. It's freaking great. It's funny. It's everything that I love in a comic. Weed, zombies, fun. That's what it's all about. How you doing, Jeff? Those guys were at a show all weekend, man. Him and Ben. Good dudes. You guys go check their stuff out. You see, I post it. I let them guys post anything they want in the Madness, and they let me post anything I want in their group. See, that's how that shit works.
I don't have weed or zombies in my book, Pops. Are you still going to back my book?
Let's see. Yeah, well, let's see. I'm getting to know Elizabeth before your book comes out. Right? So, I'm probably going to be 100% behind your book. Bro, yeah, they were at Bangor, whatever that is. No, like a comic and toy show, and I think that's what it was. What'd you guys do for 420, Jeff? If you want, you can come out. I'll shoot you the link, bro. All we do is hang out on Tuesday morning.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Oh, this looks really good.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Multimedia, framed on Masonite.
Oh, wow.
So this is going to go on the campaign. Now, this was a study I did of my model that I've had for years and years and years, back in 18. And the character of Elizabeth is roughly based on my model because I'm so used to drawing her. So that may indeed be the oldest rendition of Elizabeth Payne.
Most excellent.
That's great.
Doc speaking in Windows again.
Honey, come here. She's naked again.
Always good to see you, Jeff, man. Thanks for coming out, checking it out.
Oh, cool. This guy.
Nothing but good people hanging out here. You know what's up. What's up, Christy? What?
No, apparently there's one guy who's like he likes the campaign, and he's watched me on the show. He thinks I'm hilarious, so he's like,
"Well, that works."
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, but he only thinks that because you haven't stuck a fork in his eyeball yet.
I mean, have you talked to anybody that I've known that I've done that to? It's hilarious. It's weird because it's like mania.
Morning.
Nita.
Boy, she did go after her head with some scissors, didn't she? Damn.
Yeah, I did.
I actually made an inappropriate personal trimmer joke. I said, "Damn," she says, "Gotta shave this bitch off." I'm like, "Damn it, it was that long."
Wow.
I got rid of 2 years of bullshit.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
All right, Nita, you're Alice. What's up?
So what's up this morning, Nita? How are you?
Clean. All right, man. How's it going?
All right,
I'm
pretty
wearing a
good.
zebra on Raging, by the way.
Huh?
You know, like it shows you and Daphne, and you're the zebra, and she's, I think, the bear. So
A
I'm
raccoon.
A raccoon. That's it. So, like, why zebra?
Why zebra? I don't know, because it's kind of like a persona, maybe.
A persona. Oh my God. I need to speak to somebody in
didn't know you were
HR
into that
Nita,
shit.
right now.
The HR is right here, bruh. He's
Yeah.
he's running on his wheel. He'll get back to us in a minute.
He's got that furry ass.
No, I chose a zebra because a zebra is a prey animal, but it's also a herd animal that will defend itself and its young.
Yeah.
Well, that's everybody in Africa. If you're not,
oh my fucking God, no! I'm just talking about the animals right now.
That's
And no,
what I mean.
no, they won't. There are literally mother animals that will throw their babies at a predator to escape.
Yeah, fuck y'all, make more.
Like
hyenas will literally leave their pups to a predator.
right,
Oh,
or
shit.
even throw them in their direction. Like
Yeah.
here, take this. Like
Kangaroos do that too.
I never heard of any animal doing that. Which other animal does that other than
They're
like?
not going to throw their kid. They're not going to eat their kids. They throw their kids at the lions, and then they go eat what the lion just killed. See? You know, it's
so it's not cannibalism.
You little wallet draining crap factory. I'm telling you right now, as soon as the lions show up, your ass is done. Cry one more time.
Right.
I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy.
Oh my gosh.
And Glenn's eyes are starting to glaze over. Look at him.
I'm okay. I'm just listening to you like going on about
My friends
zebras.
are like sending me all sorts of weird shit now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
watched.
Tristan, get out of my inbox. Jeez.
I watched a couple of videos where farmers literally take donkeys and put them in with their flocks because they're better protectors of the flocks from
Yeah.
like foxes and coyotes than a dog is.
Yeah, they'll go at them and kick them and all kinds of good shit.
They'll beat them to death, pick them up, sling them around.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
Yeah,
run
donkeys
around
are
with them going,
assholes. They're assholes. Like sheep are just fucking dumb. But it's just like you put a donkey in there, they're like, "Fuck you, leave me alone." I think that donkeys is ornery enough. Just like they're just like, "Fuck you, leave me alone." They don't give a fuck about the sheep. They're just like, "Get out of here, just leave me alone."
yeah, but they will definitely guard a flock. And there's tons of videos on YouTube, guys. Go watch it. You'll laugh and be amazed at the same time. Who knew? Who knew?
Look, man, there's a zebra donkey hybrid right down the road here because, you know, Louisiana trailer farms, whatever.
You know, Louisiana.
Chemical City.
But whatever, there's a donkey and there's this big ass Brahma that's in the pen with it. And I swear to God, this donkey has free reign. He does whatever the fuck he wants. That Brahma stays in his corner. And the motherfucker's balls are like this far off the ground. So, you know, like,
Oh, wow.
he's a full grown fucking bull. And that little fucking zonkey got him cornered.
I can relate to him. I'm just telling you right now. In more
Like
ways
that
than
annoying
one.
wife.
My friend had a Chihuahua that was so hung that when it ran on his front paws. It would hold his back paws up in the air. He was a Chihuahua about that big, and they called him Vicious.
Dude, I had a hard time neutering Krampus because he was proud of his shit. My cat, the big black one we have, I felt so guilty. I was like, man, I'm sorry, bro, because he was proud of them fuckers. I swear to God, he looked like he was packing 2 golf balls.
Wow.
Like, son of a bitch. And we get him home, and he'd like, for like 3 weeks, I swear, every time he'd groom himself, he'd just like look up at me and glare.
He's like, you see this, right? You see what you did? You see what you
Look,
did?
dude, I even asked the vet. I know this is a fucking weird request, but you know they do implants and weird shit on the cat.
Dignity
There's
sack.
things, and I'm like, can you not disfigure him? Can you maybe like leave something there? So and they're like, nah, that's not how it works. I'm like, okay.
Well, I know like a couple of silicone balls in there for him.
As if he wouldn't know.
It was like, dude, I swear to God, this cat was crazy. It's like you'd see his ass screw around the corner. It looked like another animal. You're like,
it's called a dignity sack, and they actually do those cosmetically for cats and dogs.
I knew they did them for dogs. I didn't know if they do them for cats, but apparently our vet didn't offer the option.
Well, there's ones where they just do a vasectomy where they just cut the balls. They don't like pop them out.
Yeah, but that's what they did with him, but they still shriveled and nothing. It was only a matter of time, and they're just like, once the testosterone was gone, he just shriveled like little raisinets.
All right, that's enough of this conversation because I'm not sure if you know this, but men can feel that shit when you're talking about it, okay?
Women feel it every month. We don't give a shit.
No
Word
snipping.
up. Every month. And we feel weird shit too because talking about that fight on the school bus kind of turned me on for a hot minute.
Well, fight or fuck, and it's like,
yeah, are we fighting or fucking? Which one is it? Because like, if you're pulling my hair, you better be punching me in the face too, because I might get confused. You might find a tongue or a finger somewhere you don't want it.
Oh, Nita, I sent you a new picture.
There it is, ladies
one
and gentlemen.
too.
There it is.
That's why I was giggling. I sent Pops the same one. He said, "Is that how she thinks people see her?" And I'm like,
"Oh my gosh!"
No, I don't think that was a question. I think that was a statement.
Oh my gosh! Why you got something going to her mouth like you could have rude?
All right then.
I know that's what I'm saying. Christy needs to go in there and edit this shit. You can have something going for her mouth.
I bet that bitch like gave a blowjob to the guy like to get on a panel, like a dumbass.
So Glenn, there I was.
Yeah.
Minding my own
This is the great part of this
Anyway.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
This is the great part of this show. It starts off the rails and spends the whole time trying to get back on.
No.
Listen, we have a Brit in the room. All right, that means a modicum.
That means we have to be proper folk now.
Yeah.
No, that means we disturb the shit out of him.
Proper for me. No, you don't have to do that.
So
for
Glenn,
me.
how's it going, old chap?
Pretty good.
Glenn is talking about coming here next summer and hanging out in the States, so we might as well just let him know what it's going to be like meeting us in person.
Oh, it's going to be the epitome of your trash.
I think it's going to be pretty good if it happens. I'm looking forward to it.
Stay
What
out of
states are you going to hit?
Stay out of Louisiana.
We're hoping to go to New York first, and then to the Grand Canyon, and then back to Michigan to see some of this crowd. I'd like to go down to New Orleans near you. Where are you? Baton Rouge, down that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go there. I've never been to New Orleans, so I'd like to do that. But it's all about money, I suppose.
It's not what it is on TV, man. Don't waste your time or money.
It's
a city that smells like piss and vomit. It's got some nice.
Listen, I did 6 weeks trekking across India. I know all about that. It can't be as bad as that.
Listen, if you want the New Orleans experience without the New Orleans filth, you go to Savannah.
Yeah.
Right, Georgia.
Yeah, cobblestone streets, Spanish moss in the trees, old French
without
and
all
English
the
architecture.
tourism and fucking
Does it
drugs.
smell like crap everywhere?
Right.
I tell you what I'll do. I won't come at all. I'll go to Spain instead. Or Italy, maybe.
Everybody talks about
I have
that,
a good reason to go to New York. So, like, let us know when you're headed that way, because I need a trip up there anyway. I got to meet Daphne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody talks about that smell of the sea. It's not really the sea that you're smelling, it's the shore where things go to die.
Right.
But when
when
you're from there and you're driving toward it and you smell it, you go, oh man, it's a lovely aroma. It's the smell of home.
I lived near a beach at one point. It's not lovely.
I loved it. Loved it. Jimmy
Until
Buffett
low
stole
tide.
my life.
Oh,
Jimmy Buffett stole my life. I'm just saying.
low tide would kill you, man. Fucking every day.
Hey, listen, every now and then we'd get a beach dolphin, and I'm here to tell you, folks, there's no smell like that on the planet.
That reminds me of this video I saw where they blew up the fucking decomposing whale.
I saw
that.
And it went wrong.
Explodes, then that beats it.
And there was whale chunks everywhere. And the motherfuckers just covered in it. And this guy sitting there, the cameraman, he's like, good shit, good times.
I know what let's do. Let's get some dynamite.
Might
Blow that fucker up.
Blow the whale.
Somebody in the town council meeting had that
That had
idea.
been beached already for over a
listen.
week. Oh god, it was so
It's-
gaseous. It looked like you couldn't pump any more air into it. And oh my god.
It's not that the local lunatic said, let's blow it up. It's that the town council went, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody thought that was a good idea.
Oh, my Lord.
like,
Yeah,
well, how are we gonna
I've seen
move
that
it?
video.
Get it.
That's one of my go-tos, and there's a sleepwalking dog from like 20 years ago who's running in his sleep, and he wakes up and he just runs headfirst right into the wall and jumps back and goes, what the hell? Those are my go-tos for a good laugh. Because it never gets old to see a sleepwalking dog run into a wall.
No, it never does.
No, I could see where that's true.
There was one where there was a cat on the bed, and you know how cats kind of spaz out for no fucking reason sometimes. It was like lying there and everything, and some all of a sudden somebody drops something, and then it's like, and it just runs head first into the wall. You're like, what the fuck? And the bed wasn't even against the wall. The bed was standing kind of alone.
Yeah.
Just like flew off into the wall. And
I can make mine run into the wall. I got one. He's skittish anyway, but he's the bad fucker. He's the one that gets on the shelf and inches shit while you're looking at him, and you'll tell him no, and he'll go a little bit further, and you'll be like, no. But if you sneak up behind him and go, psst, that's all you have to do. That motherfucker loses his shit. Every hair stands up, and he just darts, and he doesn't stop until he hits the first object he runs into.
Just put a cucumber behind him when he's eating.
They had my cats did nothing with the cucumber.
Huh,
They
that's
looked at
weird.
me like I was stupid for doing
Because it
it.
has to be a zucchini.
But why does it matter?
It doesn't.
It
I was
doesn't.
joking.
No, I was about to say, because like when I go pick up my produce,
No,
one
it
or
just
the
means
other-
that your cats have no fear of snakes.
Oh wow!
And
That's
it means
fun to know.
he's gonna drop a grumpy in your bed.
Yep.
Oh, so speaking of snakes, I go outside the other night because the kids, they're assholes. They went and they got in the mud and they were flinging it on the siding and whatnot. And I was going to hose some of it off because I don't want to have the trashiest house on the block. Like, I'm going to leave that for the neighbor on the other side of the other neighbor. Like, and so, like, I'm hosing this shit off, and I went to go pull the hose and it wasn't coming. So I went to grab a piece of the tree and it felt weird for a second. Now, mind you, this is at dusk. I fucking grabbed a copperhead's ass in.
Oh, wow.
The only reason he did not bite me is because he was coiled around and his head was on the other side. By the time I realized what it was, I let go and his head was right here.
Oh,
it was just like, he missed me by like this much.
Well, it's funny because my parents, like, we have rattlesnakes up where they live, but it's hilarious because, like, my dad said there was a big snake and I killed him. And then now we have gopher problems. I said, that was probably a fucking gopher snake. And you probably shouldn't have done that, Dad. He's probably eating up all the things. So next time you see a big ass snake, leave it alone. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, I said, what was he doing? He said he wasn't doing anything. I said, then don't fuck with him. Like,
Listen,
I didn't say it quite like that, but my dad was like,
Nita, that story could have gone so much worse.
Oh yeah, well, it wouldn't have been my first time being bit, but like, in copperhead bite's really not that bad. They make it. They give you all this drama on TV and stuff, but copperheads are rarely. I think there's been one reported fatality in the United States from a copperhead bite.
Yeah, you don't want to be number 2.
I thought there were more.
No, it's under a handful. I know that. Like, it's super rare.
It
Now,
is nevertheless not a pleasant
no, it's
experience.
still not pleasant. But I mean, dude, he scared the fuck out of me. He was bigger around than the hose pipe. That's what I noticed first. I was like, this is weird. And then it was like, I don't know, it was slow motion and high speed all at the same time.
Yeah.
It was like, oh fuck, let go, and then here's the head. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well, so what did you do?
I kicked the motherfucker and then grabbed him by his tail and threw him across the street.
Oh, well, alrighty then.
You are a new kind of badass, Snake
Yes,
Peter.
that you just earned some cred right there. And that's not
Nerd
nerd cred.
cred and PETA watch at the same time.
Look, Peter can suck my dick when it comes to venomous snakes. I got 4 kids that run around barefoot in that yard. I ain't playing. He's lucky he got relocated and didn't get stomped in.
Yeah, see that. Yeah,
Stomped.
Ain't no way I'm letting that thing go across the street and come back.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of in the same boat with Nita there.
Bang bang.
I'm afraid I would have shot it. I'm sorry.
That's where I go. Bang bang. It would not be coming back around the yard.
There would have been a strong chance I would have just shot it too. So
I'll be right back because apparently my kids are incompetent right now.
Okay.
I
mean, I'd have had what?
Incontinent
what
or
where'd Luke come
incompetent?
from?
Competent.
Okay, all right.
Isn't that what Amber Heard was? Incontinent.
Number 2.
She dropped a grumpy.
Oh dear.
That is
I've
never
heard a piece of
going
shit
to get
called grumpy.
old. I'm just saying, hear me, people. Grumpy is my word from henceforth.
Yeah, grumpy. Grumpy dog.
Grumpy with an O. Grumpy. She dropped the grumpy.
How do you come up with that word, though? Johnny, you rehearsed that shit. I know you did. I know you did.
You know that's how he's a working creator.
Dude,
He doesn't just do it on camera. It's in real life.
If they ask me this, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
He's rehearsing his shit. You know.
Ambo, why did you drop a grumpy in the bed? I would have loved to hear that conversation.
Right, Pops, I'm going to drop out, but I'm going to continue listening because I want to hear this conversation continue.
God help you, Glenn. God help you.
Yeah, so I'll see you all again.
All right, Glenn.
See you later. See ya.
It's wonderful. Wonderful. Somebody wants to watch. See?
On with the show. This is it. I need to trim my goatee again. It grows crooked. My goatee grows crooked. I got to trim it.
I don't have that problem.
I do.
We'd have never known that if you had not pointed it out.
Hey, you know, there's nothing like seeing yourself on a camera, not a mirror, a camera, to make you go, what the hell was I thinking?
I say that regularly, just in general.
Yeah. Every day of my life, Allie, every day. What was I thinking?
I was over at my mother's yesterday for lunch, and she's like, "You're not wearing makeup." I'm like, "You're right, I'm not." So,
well, I
takes effort.
I have 2 different boxes. One has my black and white comic book art materials. The other one has like colored pencils and this, that, and the other. And I opened up one of the boxes, and there's that letter I was supposed to mail last week. The wife asked me to mail, so I had to wait for her to go to bed and sneak out and go mail it.
Was Glenn offended by my vulgarities?
No.
Okay, because I love Glenn.
Glenn hangs out here with Christy. Come on, Nita.
Yeah, I mean,
then I'm
we
good.
have Christy on here.
No,
so,
yeah, I'm good.
Glenn is a class act. Just saying.
We're just gonna give the ladies top billing right now.
Yeah, I'm good with being on the bottom.
I gotta go and put up my Kickstarter yet again.
Oh wait, was that? I said that out loud, didn't I?
Put it in the Facebook chat, or I mean in the YouTube chat.
I did both.
Okay.
It's like, come on, guys. Like, I know why you have back, but don't you want your shit? You don't get your shit until you hit 100%.
Gotta get it funded, yo. Gotta get it funded.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank.
What do you got, Steven? What do you got?
Well, I'm trying to do a painting, a panel with a painting within a panel, and it's because of the previous. Because I wanted the other characters to look at this, and it's supposed to be a painting of someone in the 18th century.
Yeah, I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. That doesn't look 18th century. That looks 19th century. That looks Victorian. Not Edwardian. I mean, not Georgian.
Then I should not trust Bing's judgment on this.
Well, if it was Victorian, the that thing the people used to wear that warped our bodies more.
Corset.
Corset, yes, the corset looks a little off for it.
If you put a powdered wig on, dude, that'll throw you back into the Georgian era.
One of them ruffly things around his neck.
No, that's even further back.
Yeah,
we're not trying to do Renaissance.
When I was looking at the 18th century clothing.
18th century, think Revolutionary War. Think George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Paul Revere.
I guess this is what I'm looking at for the suit idea. Like something like this.
Look. Go back.
Yeah, that's more Victorian.
All right. Don't move anything. Don't move anything.
No, I see exactly what Doc.
The third image from the right. On that second row.
Yep. Yeah.
Or from the left. I'm sorry, from the left. Yeah, that one.
That one.
This one.
That one too. But that's
that
royalty.
One, that one, or go to the left. Your other left.
Other left.
Yeah,
right there. Right there.
Yep. Click that one. Yeah, that's right.
That's your dude. See, with the little ruffly neck shit and everything. Yep, that's your dude right there.
And the long coat is not buttoned. The collar does not. The collar does not have lower lapels. You have the ruff at the top.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And of course, it came in 1,000 different colors. So, all right, I was doing something. What was I doing? Oh,
Except purple, it was too expensive.
Exactly. Well said.
And black was a pain in the ass too. So.
Yeah.
Comes in any color you want as long as it's gray.
Gray or brown. You have options.
That's true.
I looked these up,
Oh, yeah.
and they just give me like sort of styles, and it doesn't really tell you.
We have a great color palette to choose from.
What century it is? Just that it says, okay, so you want to see clothes from the 18th century? And there you go. There's clothes from the 18th century.
Christy, why you got some intense eyebrows going on?
Oh, it's one of those things when you're doing a Kickstarter and you're in the last 9 days, you're just like,
oh yeah. Ugh.
You gotta make that money because I have to appease the Legion. We don't get 100%. There you go.
I feel your pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Stephen, when you're looking up your reference for the lady, just put in Georgian era ladies' clothing.
Georgian era.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Georgia Aaron porn while you're at it is pretty interesting.
Oh, Nita. Damn
What?
it.
I'm just saying.
Nita.
I'm just saying.
He's only 17.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I was
What?
just kidding, Nita. Got her.
And she's got kids too. It's like, oh,
She crawled under her desk. She's like, no.
I was gonna say, 17. I guarantee
Well, shit, you don't
you
even know anymore because they've got these little prodigies coming out. Shit, mine just put out a cover for Daphne Lage. She's only 16.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys go, what's that kid's name? God, what's that little dude's name? He's fucking brilliant. He's doing sequentials and all already. He's like 16,
Noah.
17. Noah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Noah's a little beast.
Yes. That
I mean,
little
can you
motherfucker's
imagine
places.
in 10 years?
Yes. Fucking
Jeez.
20 years. Holy
In
shit.
10 years, he will have had 10 years experience and still be young.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
holy cow, that kid is just
He
amazing.
already has a dozen books. Is it book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4,
Yeah.
book 5, book 6, book 7, book 8?
And
that little kid's fire.
He's got the personality to market it too. I mean, the dude is just balls to the wall.
Yep.
You know what's kind of weird is like an anime, like I sort of had a little anime crush on like Eren Yeager from fucking Attack on Titan. And I was like, oh, he's really cute. I thought he was like 20.
Yeah, I had the hots for Mikasa. Oh, wait. No, I didn't. No. What?
Well, no, like I like saw it and I was like, oh, like he's really cute and like all that. And I thought he was like 20, right? It's like, no, he's 14. I'm like,
but it's okay, Christy, because drawn lives don't matter.
Drawn lives.
no, but I just was like, I mean, I know anime, they look young, but I thought he was 20. Like that, he looked like anime 20. And then it's like, oh.
Wait. He looked like anime 20?
You're not you're not an anime file. It's okay.
Yeah,
When,
the thing
when
is,
they,
in
when
anime,
they want to show somebody with age in anime, they put facial hair on them.
no, not real. Well, it depends. If you got facial hair, it's like you're 35, but it's like you look
And
like
the women, they draw her tits lower.
Yeah.
Yep.
They say,
There's
my
some
God.
truth in that.
Pops, are you about to boot me? I don't think you've ever shook your head no at me before, man. And he's muted.
He's laughing.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
He's just letting the kids play in the basement, so we're all here playing in the basement. I want Rocky or Zeus to come back down and talk to you some more.
That was funny.
I never get tired of watching that. Like, you guys ever watch Kyushu the stunt dog?
Oh, geez.
It's a young lady in England that has a husky, very well trained, and it talks and talks and talks. And she puts subtitles down for what he's saying.
Oh,
and it was very funny, very good, and very sweet.
They had one called Cooking with Dog. It was a Japanese cooking channel, and it's just like France.
Oh, God. Never mind. Not doing it. Not getting canceled today.
Sorry, that's some other Asian, not Japanese.
Was he a chow?
I said
it. Nita.
I said it.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, I miss Mare so bad right now. That would have been an excellent game. We call it kebabs or chopsticks.
Oh.
She loved playing that one with me.
Oh, my Lord.
Ugh.
I barely knew her, and I thought she was the greatest. So
She was, man.
We related to a deep level, like a Korean level.
I used to have a Vietnamese friend that had a cookbook called 101 Ways to Walk Your Dog.
Walk the dog.
Thanks, Doc. That hurt.
That wasn't me.
Dealing with incisions here, you know.
Oh, shit.
That wasn't me. I didn't say that.
I meant Pops.
I got a 14-year-old C-section I just felt.
Yeah, I hate it when my C-section scar pulls.
Whew. It's like, oh, you're healed. Yeah, motherfucker, except you didn't tell me if I sneeze, farted, or coughed for the rest of my damn life every time. I'd feel like I was being ripped in half.
When my youngest son was born, he was C-section, and the doctor was going to hand him to me, and I honestly thought he was asking me to hold her liver. And I was like, then I realized what it was. Like, you need to put him back. He ain't done yet. My son looked like a rubber chicken. Like, what the hell is that thing?
That's not a baby, it's a demon.
Oh, they look especially weird. Like, yeah, they get cone heads going through the birth canal, but they come out all coated and everything else when they have the C-section.
Listen, my oldest son looked like he could just pose for the Gerber baby. You know, he was just
I had one of those, and then I had a butt ugly one. I love that kid.
Ugly one.
I did.
Now, the one that looked like a rubber chicken grew up beautiful. But that first few minutes was like, oh no, something went horribly
that's
wrong
how
here.
I felt, dude. They hated my
I kind of
baby.
think this guy wrote the book. The guy that had, I think he wrote it. I want to be honest.
No, but they bring you your baby, and as a first, well, I don't want to say which order it was, but anyway, I had these expectations of having a child in my arms for, and it was mine, and it was going to be beautiful and perfect, right? And they hand her to me, and I'm just like, oh God, I have to love you because no one else will.
Is it the oldest
She
one?
is beautiful. She is beautiful now. She is beautiful. She is talented. She is funny.
Yeah.
But I swear to God,
Damn,
oldest-
She's gonna have all sorts of issues.
it took her like 3 days to freshen up and her head go back to normal and everything. Just
My oldest was
no,
born.
that one was actually a vaginal birth. That's why the others were all C-sections after.
Now, my oldest son was born while I was on active duty. And so we were at the Naval Hospital, and his very first action in this world, they were changing his little diaper, and he peed straight up, and it arced over, and it hit an officer's kid right on the belly. Yes, that's my boy.
That's awesome.
But he was named after a lieutenant commander that had done a lot for me. And that lieutenant commander came when he found out the child was born, and he gave me a silver cup and a silver spoon with his initials on it and the date. And the card said, "So your child can say he was born with a silver spoon."
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty awesome."
That's
A year's
some
supply of
compliment
diapers
there.
would have been better, but
Yeah,
you know.
right.
So what did you say to type in for the clothing style again?
Georgian, like the state Georgia.
Georgian era porn.
Just no. Just put it, write the word Georgia and put an N on the end of it. And women or men's fashion, and it'll take you right there.
Nita could be a successful YouTube bot.
I think Nita is a bot.
So does Twitter. Oh, gosh. Hopefully, under new ownership, they'll relieve my shadow ban.
Yeah.
And I can get back to my flow.
Yeah, they were all kind of arbitrary and bitchy with people, weren't they?
It was terrible.
It was kind of like, yeah, it's like, well, goodbye, Jack. I think he got displaced, right? He's not the head of Twitter anymore since Elon bought out the company, right?
Elon is just God. There's no titles. Just God now.
There'll most likely be a change in management. But
Yeah.
I would love to see Elon Musk walk into Twitter HQ,
Free speech for everybody.
skipping and going, a pink slip for you, a pink slip for you, a pink
Right.
slip for you. Oh, you're definitely fired.
It's funny because like all of a sudden all these people now are going like, oh, he's gonna go fuck up Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Like, you had no problem with him
for
years. Tesla.
Twitter's a fucking cesspool. How can he make it? He can't make it worse. There ain't no fucking way.
Well, no, but there is a fear though, because every time somebody comes in talking about free speech platform, first thing they do is go and attack the pornographers. So there goes my business.
I just thought it was funny because it was like he never fucking said anything. Like every business he's done, it's actually taken off after with some initial speculation. Like he did PayPal, he revolutionized how we were fucking electronically
This
paid.
guy can already crash crypto with a tweet. Owning Twitter is just, he already owned Twitter.
Yeah, and then there's another one where he fucking he did Tesla and everybody laughed at him, and then all of a sudden Tesla actually is taking off. Half these stupid motherfuckers that are bitching about it probably own one, right?
I actually saw a Tesla. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they're cool. They're all everywhere in LA.
People said, "Yeah, sure, you're gonna reuse your rocket boosters because they can land," and then they did.
Well, this one was driving down our street.
Then SpaceX is super lucrative, so it's like I'm pretty sure he'll make Twitter into something really novel and crazy and all that. And they're like brain chip, and it's like I'm pretty sure that'll be a thing later on.
It's either going for me though. The fear is for myself and for Daphne. That's going to go one way or the other. It's either going to make things so much better for us, or it's going to go to shit. So we're just like riding for now to see what happens.
Well, I had a leftist friend of mine tell me that, oh, you people on the right, you just make up that cancel culture because you don't like consequences, and no one's censoring you. And I'm like,
consequences. It's not that we don't like consequences. We're just not scared of your consequences.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? And I look. That's the only time we've had one of these political exchanges that I wanted to drive to his house and slap him.
You know how you stop cancel culture?
He needs consequences.
Don't stop. Don't apologize and just keep moving on. The moment you apologize, you're fucked.
The statement: "There's no censorship on social media against the right." Are you shitting me? Where have you been?
There's censorship of everything on social media. So
We have to. You literally are not allowed to say certain words. Grumpy, space grumpies leave.
Oh my gosh. I read that as gummies at first, and it was like, and then the grumpies registered, and then it was grumpy gummies, and then it was like,
You want a grumpy gummy?
No
Oh,
or a gummy grumpy?
Grumpy gummies. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, as I said, it was just funny because like all of a sudden everybody's pissing and moaning about Twitter. I'm like, what's all the
Everybody's always pissed and moaned about
This is
Twitter.
what
Man,
I'm
fuck
saying.
you. Like it or get off. Like, or don't
Well,
like
no, I
it.
know,
and
but I
just
mean, it's
ignore
just
the
like with
bullshit.
Elon Musk. I'm just sitting there like, okay. Like 1 minute he's like this golden god of technology, and now he's like this fucking evil incarnate of buying Twitter. Okay, guys, whatever.
Yeah, he was the darling of the left for his electric vehicles. And then when it turns out he actually likes these odd things like free speech, he's Hitler.
I just think it's funny.
Pick one and suck it. Come on.
Well, free speech is just a government thing. The government can't censor you, but they do it. There's certain things.
Free speech is a God-given right, and it ought to be the rule.
To let people in Iran and China.
In any discourse, it should be.
Yep, and it sucks because in being an absolutist, you have to listen to some fucking bullshit, and it's like I may not like what you have to say, but I'll defend your fucking right to say it.
And I'll walk away if I want to hear what I'm saying. Walk away.
What, sir?
What?
Break.
No.
The illustrious, the incomparable, Mr. Tank fucking Ferret.
Hey, Tank, what's up?
Hey, you forgot the elusive. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. How's everybody?
He lives.
Doing clean now. We're all clean.
Good.
As long as I see and know you're okay, it's all good, brother.
Oh, man.
We were worried. We were worried.
I was worried. Yeah, I'm so sorry about scaring y'all like that. We had a bucket. One of my neighbors apparently likes to live in a bucket of crabs. So, yeah, it's real. It was. Long story short, my in-laws are hoarders, and they went out of town. So while they were out of town, the wife and I were like, "All right, we're getting rid of the garbage." Right, so we go through the garage.
It back up, man.
Right. Well, we're getting ready to move anyways, and so we're like, we're going to get some cleaning done while they're out of the way, right? And one of the neighbors decided to call social services on us because they saw all the garbage coming out because we rented a couple of dumpsters and start cleaning it out, and so then it's like, oh well, crap. Now it's no longer like, okay, yay, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna get cleaning done, we're gonna feel good. You know, they're gonna come back to a much cleaner environment, to a much nicer environment.
Now it's adult services investigating and all that.
Nosy ass people got in the way of progress getting done.
Right.
Yep. And so, like, I had to stop. I had to stop everything. And like the office had to go down, like, and sweep through the place and get it squared away. And I apologize for ghosting on folks for that.
It sounds like you have
life happens. Yeah.
Sounds like real life happening to me. So don't trip.
I ain't gonna lie. I straight like. So when I have a panic attack, I don't shut down. I get productive in the direction that's going to solve it. You know, like I tell folks, I'm a solution to problems guy, not a problems to solutions.
Now, I'm going to assume with what he said that he probably has not done that yet. So,
no, today is my first day.
On the other hand, I'm just a problem. That's, you know.
Pops, I'm still working on the Crom comic. Am I still on the project, or did I screw that up?
No, you're still good. You're good.
Okay.
I just got pages to color from someone. So, yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah.
You're good. You're good, Tank.
And I actually have to bounce. I've got
That's why we had the cushion. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, my son is going to be here in just a minute, swinging by, so I'm going to bounce. So, panel, morning coffee was a huge success.
Make sure you have a talk about STDs. Swinging is dangerous these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Tank, that was horrible. That was a dad joke.
And here I was trying to be clean.
And chat, you
Live.
guys rock. The doctor is out.
See you later, Doc.
Bye.
I basically let Nita take over the show, Tank, so be ready for whatever comes because you got Nita, Christy, and Allison in the same place. Anything can happen. Letting you know.
Do I need to read the disclaimer?
No, it's Tuesday morning. We don't need a disclaimer.
It's too late for that. If we're going down, we're going down. It happened like
Well,
15
not
minutes
only that,
ago.
I think Pop's already put that up anyway, so who gives a fuck?
No, I didn't. It's Tuesday morning. I figured this is a free for all. I ain't putting up no disclaimers. Y'all be you.
I got a disclaimer on my banner. Just like, don't click this shit unless you're 18 and up. Just don't do it.
Right.
I officially bought my domain today for my comics. I now own alleycatcomics.com.
Yes!
Nice.
Congratulations.
I'll be setting up the website later today and going from there.
That's so awesome. I love to see. That's the news I need to hear.
You know, this is what I hate about the Kickstarter. It's like going like, fuck, and it's like it's 9 a.m. Day ain't over yet. You're like,
Oh yeah. When's that end?
that ends on the 6th of May.
Just got
Okay.
9 days.
9 days.
Because I got to shuffle some cash around and I got to secure some more stuff from that campaign.
Well, the thing is that I mean, it's like this. They don't take it out until the 6th.
Yeah. I just got to make sure that I got all my ducks in a row.
Yeah, I still have to back it myself. So.
Why the fuck is it not even coming up on Kickstarter?
Oh, yeah. I got the
There we
Tamagotchis.
go.
And,
Yeah, you got the pins. I know that. I think you got the pins. I know you backed it. I can't remember every single one. Everybody's. I'm sorry. You know.
Right.
100, almost 104 people to remember. I apologize. But I'm at 79%, 80%. But kind of like I know I got 9 days, but I don't want to wait till the end. You know, where they go, oh, you'll get about no.
Well, the good news is you're trending over goal, and even though it's only by 100, KickTrack doesn't take in that last minute spike when everybody wants to go in at that last minute, that last day. So
Yeah.
I think you're gonna clear.
Yeah, but I'm kind of one of these people. Like I'm Asian. I like to have a buffer.
That's not being Asian. That's just being human.
Just being human.
No. Christy.
You can't eat that with chopsticks, Christy.
Christy.
You said
I grew up in like south San Francisco area, predominantly Asian neighborhood,
Yeah.
and just to prove my Asianness,
Yeah.
I was complaining that my drawing tablet was like it was scratched or something, and then I was like, "Holy cow, the plastic's still on it." The plastic is still on my monitor after a year.
Yeah.
My mom did that with a cell phone.
No, but I know I'm trending. But the thing is I got to take into account like the possibility of chargebacks. I don't like to focus on
Right.
it. It has happened, and it's like, no, I need to clear with this motherfucker like with excess. That's all. Like,
Roger. Yeah, I see
All
what
right.
you're.
So Nita,
Sir, yo.
Nita, would you like to join me on the 6th of May and help me close Christie's campaign up?
Let me check my calendar. Hold up.
What time is it end, Christy?
I think it actually officially ends at midnight.
Speak that in Eastern. What?
So 9 p.m. Eastern time.
9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, that ain't midnight anywhere.
Well, if I don't have my monthly RPG on that, I'd join you guys too. It's fine by me.
Cool. Yeah. I want to do a big closeout party for Christy. We'll get Lola. We'll get as many people, Ms. Good Stuff. We'll get as many cool people to come out as we can.
Yeah, I'm probably going to I'll probably back it that day too then. So
Yeah, I'm good for that. I'll be there.
yeah, I should get my life insurance payment for the month. So yeah, I'll have money.
Nice.
Friday night, May 6th. Countdown for Christy.
Thank you.
So exciting! Yeah, one of my I'm the second oldest out of 9. I have 6 adopted brothers and sisters, right? And the one who's closest to me in age is my brother Harry, who's he's a little less than a year old. He's a little less than a year old. No, he's a little less than a year younger than I am, but he is he's full on Chinese. Like his biological father worked for Chiang Kai-shek.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
like he
Just
is born because his parents got on the boat literally at the last minute as the Red Book Mafia came pouring in, trying to, like, they're beating him off with oars. Like, hearing his mom tell this story is just like, holy smokes, dude. Yeah.
I just mentioned Mrs. Good Stuff, and Mr. Good Stuff pops in the chat just like that. See that?
Pretty good
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, but it's just, as I said, it's just one of those things that it's not at 100%. That's why I'm just like, I need to get it there. I need to get it there. I need to get it there. I need to get it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Get to the goal first. Because I learned about the story about the tortoise and the hare. Don't fuck around.
Yep.
It's like another way of fuck around and find out, but not by violence. It's just the hare fucked around because he thought he got it, and then he fell asleep, and the tortoise won because he's like, I didn't sleep, asshole.
Yeah, never stop. Never stop. Like, no matter how grim it looks. Because there was one guy, I swear, dude, like, even Meredith was shaking her head. She's like, he's never going to make it. He's never going to make it. And then he just happened to pick up his morale, and he started getting himself out there more. And towards the end of his campaign, when he was only like 20% with days to go, and he fucking funded.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that it's sort of like going, it's kind of like the thing is usually with other campaigns I've funded in 2 weeks because that's why I do it 45 days. But the thing is I'm asking for more money this time. So it's like my bane was 5K because my first Kickstarter was at 5K and I didn't make it. But then I realized I overestimated it. So it's like I built it up. So I got to 6,100 last time and that was extra. And I thought, okay, if I ask for 7K, that should be fine because I made 6,100 easy. But it's like, okay, so this is a little tougher right now. But
still, always stick with the lower number, like that your gut's giving you. Like
7K was what my gut was giving me because the thing is that's how much it is. So
right, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have broken it.
But
down.
it helps boost algorithm too once you get to that 100%. Yeah. Each time you hit 100%, Kickstarter's boosting you themselves.
80%,
right? Like, if they're gonna fucking take 10%, make them work for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I add 10%. Like you're the only other person because a lot of people are like, oh, it's 5%. Oh, it's 5%.
No, it's 10.
Yeah, it's 10. It, like when you really figure out it's 10.
Yeah, after everything is said and done.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I padded it with 10. So I'm kind of like, anyway. I mean, I should be fine, but I'm just like,
I think you're gonna be fine. Don't stop, but I think you're gonna be fine.
Well, I put in a whole load in this morning and I just shot it out there. And so far it seems to be working. But it's like my attitude is like it's not done until it's at 100.
Right.
At 100 I can relax a little, but I still will keep persisting until the end of it, you know. So I'd like to do it in the next few days, 100%. I think it could be possible actually, because if I get boosts, because like show I like boost every 5%. So it's like I could very well fucking do it, but I'm just like, because I've got some people on shows and then they've like dropped a lot and everything. It's like, it's kind of amazing. So
it's looking good.
Yeah, that looks good. Thank you, Tank. But yeah, it's cool, Tank. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Yeah.
No, I like this stuff. Oh yeah. This is the 2 page. This is page 2 and 3. And this is page 1 right there. I got to add in all the sound effects and lettering and stuff next for these pages and the coloring. Why, thank you, good stuff. You know what the good stuff is. It's high praise. High praise. Yeah.
The Cromniverse anthology is going to be way better than people think it is. Y'all need to get on board with that. I'm just saying.
Oh, for real.
It is going to be way better than people think it is.
I need to back it at some point. I haven't backed it yet. I'm going to.
I mean, I'm just saying. I look at all the talented people involved with this, and then when I see teases like that, I have... I just know that this book is going to be amazing. You know, I mean, everything I've seen is just awesome. So don't sleep on this one, man. Not only that, there are going to be some first appearances. Some first appearances in this book that, you know, later on, if that book takes off, if that becomes the next Turtles, if that title becomes the next Turtles, where's the first appearance of those characters going to be? In the freaking Cromniverse anthology, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
my
right.
two
You're a
characters,
collector. You're going to want to have this. There's going to be like 5 or 6 different first appearances, maybe more.
yeah, my two characters are premiering in that because I think that'll go to print before I finish my main book. So
You see, that's what could possibly happen is this one come out before everybody else actually debuts their characters, which makes this their first appearance. This is going to be a collectible book. Get on it.
Yeah. And it's funny that my first published character, Catwalk, right? I know, so it's such a great name. He's actually having his well, this is going to be his second major appearance since he's first published. He's been cameoed in a lot of books because he's a multi-dimensional traveler, and I just, like I said, hey, you know, you can draw him in the back of your book. That's totally fine, you know, in the background or something like that, because he's always kind of hanging around. He's so he's going to be in that, and but yeah, Scalpel 21. This is her first appearance. I was actually going to have her first appearance in a short, but this is technically going to be her first appearance. Is going to be published before the story of her quote unquote demise. The reason why she's kicked into the multiverse.
Doc pushed Pariah back till August, so it'll be Elizabeth's first appearance. There's going to be a lot of first appearances in this book, man. You want to be on board.
That's a collector's item right there, baby.
You want to get one. You want to get one. Keep it in the bag and read the PDF version. You know, I mean, you're not even going to want to mess with this because there's going to be
2 copies, one to slab and one to stab.
I don't know if the slab book's that thick, can you?
I don't know. I don't believe in slabbing of books unless they're like museum pieces.
No. I mean, if it's old for the preservation of something really old, I get that. But
yeah, like an Action Comics #1 or some like old.
To say that your 9.8 wrapped in one kind of plastic is better than my 9.8 wrapped in another kind of plastic is just
ridiculous.
I had my X-Men 94 slabbed and my Hulk 181 slabbed.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I think we have 5 slabs in the house, and I only bought one of them, and that was the Delato Venom #1 cover for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find his comics before we move, but my oldest son, he's got a collection that'll curl a lot of collectors' toes. He's got like Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Jim Lee, like old early stuff of theirs. And it's funny because I would get these comics in long boxes at what do you call those things, flea markets and whatnot, and then
what do you call those things?
Yeah, I just woke up. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. What do you call it? Dang it, derailed. It's just like Inside Out. I just watched the train plummet into the abyss below.
You go to the flea markets and you grab them long boxes.
Oh yeah,
$30. I know.
You know how sometimes like some kids like they'll go through like a phase of just trashing all their toys and stuff, like because it's theirs. You know, they could do whatever they want with it. It's theirs as long as, you know, and it's like, well, I'm not going to replace it, you know. But that wasn't a big deal because he would repurpose and play with the broken toy. And I wanted to get him out of that, so I started getting him these old comics. And I would tell him like, hey, this is worth a lot of money. You know, granted, I got it for like 25, 50 cents. That's not the point. The point is like, you know, hey, this one's worth like $100. This is worth like $50. And so he started taking care of it, and now he's got this collection. He is so proud of this collection. I mean, I think he's got 2 different issues of the Eternals. We haven't found many. But that's something, you know, he loves it, man. We got like got the Ditko Spider-Man comic. And I was like, these I wanted to keep, but I put them up as prizes. Just as a parent, I was just like, oh, please stop wrecking your stuff, son.
Glenn
And he
had
got
a
him through
lonely
it.
mom, just like most of us.
I have an amazing 13. I think that's
Oh,
first
wow.
Mysterio.
Wow.
I think that's my
Yeah.
oldest amazing.
That's on my list to get watched today. Is that Spider-Man movie with Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio?
It was good.
Yeah, it looks good so far.
I have that. I have Spider-Man 50, which I think is the first appearance of Kingpin. It's that famous scene where it has him basically walking away from the suit and has the Spider-Man turned his back on Peter Parker at the top of it. Yeah, I got that one.
That is cool.
What, Nita? What? What?
I just spilt water.
That cover is one of the most iconic covers you would probably see.
I seen that face. I thought she saw something that she needed to share with everybody.
No, I lost my weed, and then I spilt water looking for it.
That's all
Crom
Crom's
strikes
fault.
again. Can't find your what? Blame Crom. Blame Crom, baby.
It's okay. I'm blaming Chrome on FedEx right now.
I got it over here, Nina. I got it over here.
I gotta go look up something because
he doesn't just steal it; he delivers it to me, yo. Just remember that.
Look, Kara sent me this for my birthday, right? Okay, you see that joint that alien told me? I can't tell you how many times I thought that was a real roach and reached for that fucker.
Kara made an ashtray for you?
Yeah, isn't it fucking awesome?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So,
little alien, what is it? What is it?
Alien.
Put it back up there. Put it back up there.
No, don't look at my room. I gotta clean this fucker.
Oh, just ask HR. He'll
Yeah,
tell you what
HR is back there. See, I got to do something with that because, like, I want my books and my toys in the background, and the bin is so big that Dumpling's in now. I have to move my table that's over here, and I'm gonna put it behind me with this computer set up back there behind me, so I can just like spin around and do shit. I'm gonna be, oh wow, it's gonna be like fucking awesome. It's gonna be like a lair up in here when I'm done. But put the hamster over here because this isn't exactly a pretty background. Where you at, bro?
You're tapping on the fucking glass and shit.
Yeah, he's all right. He's not a fish. He likes the attention.
Pedro, what's happening?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
What's happening with you?
How's it going?
Pedro.
I'm wearing my Mad Max tux, my Mad Magazine tux, and
Hold up. Nice.
Oh yeah, so
super mad. Don't be super mad.
Ever. I know. It's Mad Magazine. I just ignore the rest of the attire, but
that's the hole, Glenn. That's the hole.
You might need a bigger hole. It's a big
No,
book.
no, this one's bigger than the standard comics because this one fits the UK guys stuff.
It is a big book. I got one over there. Yeah.
So,
how you doing?
It might end up in C's background.
Oh, dude, it's been very, very busy. I'm like finishing the campaign. I'm like 5 days out, and I'm doing animation for other campaigns. So yeah, things are good.
Congratulations on funding, my friend.
Oh, dude, that was a huge weight off my back.
That's what we're talking about.
That's
man.
right.
Get these guys to the funding so they can have fun promoting their book, man.
Yeah,
Not be all
exactly.
stressed out about it. You know.
I mean, I did
Everybody
lose
gets
weight.
that funding goal.
I did lose weight. That was good.
Yeah.
I've lost 23 pounds so far. Probably more by now.
Outstanding.
But,
Outstanding. Yeah.
Granted, I had 75% of my stomach ripped out, but that's beside the point.
We all do what we need to do.
Damn right.
Allie, how'd your stomach get ripped out?
I had a gastric sleeve.
Ouch.
My disability makes it very difficult for me to lose weight, and I definitely put on weight when COVID happened because I got depressed.
Well, and if you check the CDC, obesity is the number one underlying danger condition right now, and so I myself have started getting my shit together in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm eating a lot healthier now. So
Yeah, dude. A healthy artist produce more books. So yeah, that's
the
get
hope.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I physically don't think I can get to a point unless I drink liquid butter all the time. Probably is not recommended for my type of digestion. It was weird because like when I had a pancreatic tumor, I gained weight steadily, even if I didn't eat that much or exercised, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after they took it out, they cut my stomach in half. So it's sort of like I can't physically go and eat a lot anyway. I mean, there's some food I can pack it down, which is weird. But for the most part, unless if I drink like liquid butter or some really super high calorie shit consistently, it's like
I can't gain.
Yeah.
I can't eat a lot now. I get that.
Yeah, it's
And
it's like you puke if you eat too much.
And regardless, as people eat healthy and get good exercise and stuff like that, one must always remember the rule of the blintz,
Hello, Jody.
and that is they are to be eaten.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, is it weird that liquid butter sounds delicious to me?
Well, I mean, it's certain aspects, but no one
Yeah.
can break it down like they're like, oh.
Yeah, she was like liquid butter. I was like,
Liquid butter just goes on popcorn.
It's appropriate.
Maybe after I get moved and whatnot, I'll do some cooking videos and stuff. I got some great recipes that are nutritious and delicious. Like they are downright sinful in flavor.
Yeah.
And they're actually healthy. And I'm not a health food guy. I don't like twigs and leaves.
It's kind of weird for me. Like, in order to keep like weight up, I actually have to eat more carbs, which is weird because it's like I lose weight steadily. Oh yeah, the Irish butter is good shit. Yeah, the Kerrygold and the
dude, yeah.
Good.
I like her butter too.
Dude, I'm surrounded by organic corn, which is not like regular supermarket corn, and that's
Hey, don't talk about pops like that.
Oh, dude. Oh my god, it's so good, and you just get fatter just by looking at it.
Like that. He's so good. See?
Yep, it's so good. And you see the man under the hat. We didn't know. I've been dreaming about pops ever since.
We've got cane fields all around.
I think we're gonna hop off the stream.
All right, Steven. You have a good day, my friend.
So
have a good day, Pops. Have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, it's great seeing you.
Thanks for letting me on.
Crips and Legends. Go check it out. Sign up.
Go sign up for Crips and Legends number 2. If you've missed out on number 1, you'll get another chance on the campaign with the catch-up perk, which will be in 1 and 2.
Make sure you drop that link one more time before you go, bro.
If Glenn's gonna stay in the chat, why'd he leave?
Yeah,
because he's working.
Maybe he's not into the corn talk. Sorry, Stephen. I can change subject.
Hey, Jim. What's up?
What we got?
We have a Facebook user.
Jim O'Reilly. Jim O'Reilly.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
And
hey, good stuff.
Joe, what's up?
I mean, we got some top-notch people in this crowd, man.
That's the thing I love about this show, man. That's what I love about this show. The longer it goes, the more people are watching, the closer we get to the end. No, this is great. I appreciate all you guys coming out and just hanging out, man. That's sometimes you gotta just like forget all the hard work and just have a little fun,
Just bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Corn
talk. Corn talk is very important.
Sign up for Crips and Legends right there. Link is now in the chat. Go hit it.
All right. I'm gonna head off.
All right.
Have a good one.
Later, Pedro.
Well, fine. Be
Take
that
care, man.
everyone.
Hope to talk to you all again.
All right.
Yeah.
That was Stephen B. Stephen B. from Crips and Legends. Pedro,
Yeah, go check that
I
out.
got to thank you again for that animation, bro. It's Every time I watch that,
Dude, it was my pleasure, man.
every time I watch that trailer, I'm just like, yeah, fucking Crom's moving around. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking every opportunity, and I don't know, like every project that I get, like it's forcing me to elevate the quality. So I don't know, man. Like I feel like big things are happening, but they're like big Latin American things, so they won't be that big, but they're big for me. So dude, I'm very very happy.
Dude, I mean, it's awesome. Look, you got to drop the link for yours too over there. Tropical Magic.
Oh yeah, let me just do that real quick.
Y'all need to go check that out for sure.
Apparently it's a violent brawl. Crazy.
Hi, Mom. Look.
Yeah, it's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I love her.
And we do too. That's awesome. They should wave to us. You know, it's all about having fun. Man, I had munchkins invading my stream last night.
Oh, really? I get that from time to time.
When we had Lola out and we were talking about Tug, the hunt for littlest umbrella, one of my granddaughters come down and got all up in the camera and everything, and it was like, oh, here we go, kids and kids and kids and
right.
It's all about having fun, man.
Fuck.
You know.
Fun. I remember
Dude,
that.
I'm a mod. What am I doing? Jesus.
Yeah, you've been a mod for a long time, bro.
Yeah, dude. My brain is mush. Like I have done 2 all-nighters in a row from Sunday and Monday, and then I slept from Monday all the way up to today, but I'm still not all there, I guess. So
I don't think there's anybody in the chat that's not a mod. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
That takes it off me, right? Everybody, just drop your links, man. Handle your business, you know.
Yeah. Poor people. Like, here's a wrench. You do the work for me. I do it too, though. I swear to God, first time Frog G was in my chat, I was like, oh, there you are, boy.
Yeah, dude.
Much love for Frog. And Mike Jimmy. I was like, here. Everybody who's up in the morning.
There's so many cool people out there that help promote. This right here, I got to show you guys this thing that Tank did right here.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, thank you.
This piece was so good that it had to go on the back of every book.
Yeah, I gotta fix it too. You'll notice that Crom only has one hand. I forgot to ink the other one, so I gotta go in and do a little wizardry.
We didn't ever notice that if you hadn't said anything.
I know.
A bunch of snow or something, so it's not like it could have been buried in that snow.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Could be back in the snow.
Yeah, it just looks to me like it's behind him.
I have a terminal case of integrity. It'll get me killed one day.
That's something else. That's something else, Tank.
But yeah, it was so good that I was like, man, we can't like just put this on a few of the books or whatever. This has to be on the back of every single book. So I love this thing.
Oh, thanks, man. I did it as just kind of like a promo thing, so we'd have something out there, just like a kind of like a little proof of concept. Even though the interior art is not like that. The
It is
interior
my
art.
bag. Shit. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Is as you can see I'm waiting for a file to load. It's a rather large one, and one might even say that it's a Cromtastic picture that I'm loading up right now. There we go.
Very cool.
Wow. Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for a good time?
How many characters are on here now? Tank?
There's 30. I think there's. I still have to add like the other 6, so that's 37 total.
Well, I guess Rocky likes it. You like it?
My cat is over here looking at me like, what the fuck?
When you have a husky, you have to you get used to that. When you have a husky, just
Oh man, he just like walks in, says his piece, walks out.
yeah.
I think he likes the cat and smokes the fox. I think he was talking to the animals in the picture right here.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Because there's a few of them in here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got a cat. We got a puppy.
demon bitch.
A little dragon. Dude,
She looks so bad. And I'm not saying that to diss you. It's like if she looks bad, you did it right.
Sweet.
See you later, Mr.
Take it easy, good stuff. Get back to work.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys know Woodrow?
Yes.
Yeah. He's coming up with the Okuri Inu campaign pretty soon. I'm working on a trailer for him, but it's not really a trailer. This is like the X-Men animated series intro I'm doing for him, basically.
Nice.
I don't know. Would you like to see a preview of that?
Oh yeah.
Always.
Let me just share the screen real quick here.
Meanwhile, we can look at our Fantelican.
Yeah, Fantelican. Oh, look at that! Wow.
It's Fantelican.
Oh, dude.
That's most excellent.
Yeah, a little retcon was done with Artifice Reanimate. Phantasmagorical is now the Pelican seen in the opening shot.
Fantelican.
Very cool.
All right, what do you got, Pedro? What do you got?
Are you guys ready?
I was born ready.
All right. Let me just getting a crazy keyframe here. All right, here we go.
Look at that.
Yeah,
buddy.
I like that. That's looking good.
Yeah, let me just bring up what he's doing. These are things that need to be cleaned up, but the animation is ready.
Mm-hmm.
But
nice.
Dude.
So yeah, dude. Well, maybe I can show another scene. Let me just say this real quick. I'm doing lip sync. Like everything is just, I don't know. I'm just pulling all the stops because I have a lot of time on my hands, I guess.
I need to get more money so I can throw it at you.
I don't see why the guild mocked you a hazard. You don't look so tough.
Wait, there's a camera movement. Okay.
I don't see why the guild mocked you a hazard. You don't look so tough. I don't
Nice.
see why the guild mocked you a hazard. You don't look so tough.
So yeah,
dude.
Okuri Inu coming at you real soon. I'm excited about this, guys. Like, I don't know, it's
Yay!
From making tuna cans and diapers to this. I don't want to do advertising ever again.
Well, see, that's why we need to throw money at you so you can hire people to do that for you.
Yeah,
dude, I did all the fun stuff. You guys do all the hard stuff.
Dude, but the thing is, like, this is fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can
You're
spend
killing
all
it,
day
Pedro.
doing this shit. Yeah.
Killing it, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
This is.
But yeah, we moved.
I'm having too much fun with this picture, man. I'm having too much fun with this picture. I get to draw some really cool stuff, and I'm really happy that everybody's contributing their characters to this gratis, to this gift to the fan base. You know,
very cool, man.
I'm super excited about that. I hope, and it's already doing its job. Like, some people have already spotted like a character that they recognize, and then they're like, "Oh, who's that? That's really cool. Oh, where can I get that book? Where can I get that product?" And that's exactly what I wanted this to do. I just wanted this to just be like, "Hey, look, you know, you're complaining about all the nasty stuff that's in the the established companies. Like, there's no reason to get locked in on the nastiness when there's all this awesome out there, these alternatives that you can get in on the ground level. Like, you could say, like, in 5 years, when there's the animated series on insert streaming service, right?
By Pedro, yes.
By Pedro, right?
By Pedro.
In his now massive studio.
Yes.
You could say, "Oh, well, yeah, you're new." You know, you could pull out the arrogance card. You can totally do it.
You were there at ground zero. If you were a backer, you can brag like, "Dude, I made this happen." Like, there are things like, this year I might come with something. I mean, it's too big to say like I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try it. which is
And-
grabbing some. I'm in talks with some CGIPs to make like 5-minute shorts. Very limited animation, but just grab their comic books and turn them into 5-minute shorts, like Marvel Knights.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to start the channel, and we're going to put it behind a paywall to see how it does. So maybe we can start funding, like original IP animation for real.
Where the heck did everybody go? We lost Tank. Come back here, Tank.
Tank's back.
Lost needed. Come back here.
Yeah. Was it something I said again? Jesus.
I know. I tried to go from Tank's full screen layout to back to us. And it just like
Oh.
kicked
Okay.
people out.
Christmas
Come
is
back here.
ruined forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited that people are lending their characters to this. I really have to, really got to say thank you. You're helping grow this underground comics community. I don't know. I don't think we're quite indie yet. I think we're still in the underground phase, and
yeah.
But and like some of these are like classics, man. Like Near X and Badger. And Hatch, dude, like those are veteran IPs.
Yeah, there's a few there. I mean, Six Gun Gorilla's on its 8th book.
Yeah.
Joe D's Amazonia's, I think, number 8, number 7, or number 8. You guys, some of these guys have been around for a while.
Yeah, dude. But more so than indies, I feel this movement is more like 70s punk.
Yeah.
Like very DIY, it's just like, who is the Buzzcocks? And who's the Dead Kennedys? Like, that's...
I haven't seen anything like... I've never seen anything like what with this Crumbtastic alliance of fun, the closest thing that I ever saw was in the mid to late 80s in the San Francisco underground comic scene. Like there was a lot of crossovers and stuff through the early 90s, and then people started getting egos and not wanting to cross over because it's like, oh well, I got a animated series now, so you're all beneath me, or I can't play anymore because now a big studio has rights to my IP.
Yeah,
which was really sad to see. A lot of my favorite indie stuff. Although I'm really like when I own like both seasons of The Tick.
Cool.
And I want more because once again that's an underground comic success, and we kind of see it as like a minor mainstream success, but it's like, no, dude, that's underground comic stuff, man.
Yeah,
that's like OG, like Sam and Max. I couldn't believe they made a cartoon for kids of that.
Well, the Tick was that was a big independent success in the 1980s to the 1990s. So,
dude, and I saw the Tick first as an animated show, like in the late 90s.
Same here.
A friend of mine went to school with the creator.
It's the comic book first.
So,
The comic book first.
I had the comics before they did the animated series. But then again, I lived like right by the New England comics, so
so that will help you.
Yeah, and I said I have a friend who went to school with the creator.
And
very cool.
Speaking of indie comic successes, probably the biggest one of us all will be here this Saturday.
The biggest indie comic creators are Eastman and Laird.
Yeah.
You can't top them.
Return
Come on,
of the
Toledo.
Archfiend. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like Pulido doesn't have a movie yet, at least.
Got an animated series.
Death movie. There's a
Everybody-
Lady Death anime.
But that's almost as cool as what's going on Ladies' Night on Friday.
That's I don't know if anything can top Ladies' Night. It's the same.
Ladies' Night, there's we
Untoppable,
got Christy,
if that's a word.
We got Christy and Lola and Mrs. G. A new lady that y'all might not know, Lori Calcinetta, I think her name is, coming out. We got Brenda Alisich. You know her, right, Allison?
Yep.
Yeah, Brenda her's coming out. It's going to be, we're going to meet new people and talk about Hunt for the Littlest Umbrella and talk about Demon Bitch and talk about, Demon Bitch.
Is there a certain book still launching?
No, that's she's launching on Bancroft's later that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Her call, whatever.
You
Her call,
launch here, then you go to Bancroft's for the bump. That's why they call it the Bancroft bump.
Haven't even publicly approached it because I was just like, wow, man, it's like I really worked hard on that and built an event around your campaign launch, and you just kind of went, don't need you, pops, or whatever, So
She's new to the game. It's all right. It's all right. We understand.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like that's why I didn't say anything publicly. I mean, I told her I thought it was kind of
Well, then you got to get over to the ladies'
It's
night.
kind of shitty.
It's kind of shitty,
It's
but
kind of
what
shitty.
can I do?
Like,
it's
especially because you've promoted it. Like,
yeah, for months.
Like,
I don't think Bancroft ever knew about it until she got the email, and then he, whatever. But that's that's the politics that sucks about this game. Everybody's looking for the next big up. I'm just trying to promote people.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I'm just trying to promote people, man. I don't need to be stabbed in the back or whatever.
No.
But I don't care.
That's okay.
I'm just moving on. We're still going to have ladies' night. We're still going to have a good time, and
You go. You get your sugar rush.
Christy will be there, so there'll be all kinds of bullshit.
and we'll bring Nita in, and Nita can fill that spot, no problem.
Well, I was
love
going to
that
say.
you volunteer me for 3 shows now since I've been on. Hold up.
Bust out with the wig and a dress.
You should have just been like knowing you were allowed to come to ladies' night anyway. That's just.
I'm a lady now. Wow.
There's no invites that go out for ladies' night. Really, it's just like we announce it and y'all show up. That's how that works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
I mean, if you tell me you're going to be there, I put you on the guest list. But I just throw it out there. I figure, it's an open panel for the ladies. Come out if you want. That's. Everybody knows. That's how we always done it, huh, Christy?
It was a show at one
staring
point.
at that phone.
The idea behind it was like its own show.
Well, I'm neurotically looking at my Kickstarter. It's
Put
in the
the phone down, Christy. Put it down.
Okay, I'll start neurotically looking at Christie's Kickstarter.
Break the phone, walk away. Break the phone, walk away. Take Kwando.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like doing that, was generating me unnecessary stress. So I had to stop these.
Oh, and after I get moved here in June, there's going to be some new videos. As I'm going to be, I've been sedentary for almost 2 years now.
Really?
Just working behind the scene, sitting at my desk. I'm in really bad shape right now. I went to go do some push-ups with my son, and I was just like, "This is not okay. This is absolutely not okay." I'm not like a physical fitness nut, but I like being physically capable. And yesterday I did 10 miles across the desert because I went down to my local Department of Motor Vehicles to go get. I say local. I'm in Antelope Valley, so local is it's 10 miles away. I did a 16K across the desert, and when I got home, I said, "Oh, honey, I brought home dinner." She's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's Red Lobster." I said, "Not only is it on me," and I show my arms, "it is me."
Oh, nice.
That's a bad joke.
It's called being voluntold, Joe.
Yeah, no, that walk yesterday was another one of dude, you need to start up the martial arts class. So I've got a couple of students lined up for after I move. I'm like, look, I got to get all my certification re-upped because in my school, if you don't, take we have to do like what doctors do, continued education, right, in order to keep our degrees. So right now I'm just an honorary 4th degree master instructor. So I've got to get my accreditation back. In order to do that, I've got to train up myself, but then I've got to teach a new black belt. And
what style is this?
The school is actually called Monster Martial Arts.
Okay.
But it dates back. Our origin schools are Bagua Shang and oh gosh, what's that? It's got a Korean name. The one that no. Um, you know what? I'm blanking on it right now because I'm not big into like the karate styles. I'm more of a kung fu guy myself.
Okay.
But anyway, so our school actually dates back to the 1600s, right? But you know, as time goes by, things evolve and things change and stuff. And our goal is to make your art better, because martial arts are not one size fits all. Me personally, I've got black belts in Bagua Sheng, which is 8 trigrams palm, Xingyi, um, Muay Thai, the 21 move style, which I think currently they're at like 16 or something like that. Like they keep reducing it because like these moves become illegal in sport competition, and it is a sport martial art.
Okay.
It's not the elephant breaking that it was hundreds of years ago. You know what I mean? That's the reason why it was learned. Ishinryu, Shotokan, Kyokushinkai, Wing Chun, Arnis, and I'm probably forgetting some. It's like studying languages though, because once you know, like once you learn like Spanish, it's easy to learn Italian. It's easy to learn French because they're all the same family. So
There's only
martial
so
arts,
many moves the human body can make.
right, and it's just minor differences in the mechanics. And we're not a cash grab organization. You know what I mean? Like there's not a huge emphasis on belts in advance. Like when we do like classes stuff, we only have like 4 belts, and 2 of those belts have subdivisions, which we did that just to because students like to feel like they're making progress, right? Or they lose interest. They want like a little certificate of validation, and that's understandable. Like we all want a little pat on the back, and we want clear. We want clear lines where okay, cool, I've hit a progress. All right, cool, I'm a green belt. I am full of vim and vigor. I'm a brown belt. I can control my space. I've got power. I'm a black belt. My body it's called CBM. The body moves as one unit. So, and it's like Jeet-Kune-Do. I went.
Jeet-Kune-Do's an add-on.
Yeah, I went cross country studying Jeet-Kune-Do under a 3rd generation. So his teacher was Dana Santo.
And Dana Santo learned from, that's one of Bruce Lee's original 12 students. So
yeah. And so I learned Jeet-Kune-Do, and it was like, oh, okay, so this is less a martial art, more of a philosophy, because most of what we were practicing was like a lot of Wing Chun techniques and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and not.
Bruce Lee learned from Yip Man, so yeah.
Yeah, and dude, Ip Man, dude, that guy was something else. Like that is. Yeah. Bruce, both those guys. It's amazing that they both existed in the same century because that's uncanny.
And Bruce basically took out the formulaic side of Wing Chun and just made it, I hit people and they go away.
Right. Well, and a lot of that was lost. Like you look at, I love watching Wing Chun fails, because I'm like, dude, like you're not doing Wing Chun. I don't know what you're practicing slap fight. You know,
it's like when people are like, oh, Aikido, it's a great martial art. No, it's not. But Jiu-Jitsu, that is.
So you can go to monstermartialarts.com, and I think it's like $30 or $40. It's the entirety of Aikido, and it got Al Case, like he's not invited to Japan anymore. Since the early 90s, he did he broke down Aikido into a 4-hour seminar.
Nice.
He's like, okay, now practice. That's it. That's all you're needing now. Practice.
Well, Aikido is Jiu-Jitsu with the fun stuff taken out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did capoeira for a while, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I love capoeira. Is interesting. I've watched that performed. I've never.
Yeah, but I was dancing. It wasn't like I wasn't like I'm gonna fight now. Like hell no.
No. It's the fighting aspect of it is mostly gone.
It's too readable. Like the things like the kicks are
Oh,
brutal.
Krav Maga, yeah. Krav Maga is pretty gnarly too.
Yeah,
Krav Maga?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Krav Maga is brutal,
The
man.
Israelis come up with interesting ways to kill people with their elbows and
Yeah.
Well,
inside
what
of
it
the
does is it puts you in a totally fucked position and makes you come out of it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Krav
it primarily
Maga-
uses the elbow and it uses like in here.
Yeah, Krav Maga is basically just a modern Israeli Wing Chun. It's and I point that out to Wing Chun practitioners. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to be doing there. That's what that move that you're practicing there that you've, when what was it, a couple hundred years ago, China consolidated all the martial arts schools into a single city, and that was the worst thing to happen to Kung Fu.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? That was the worst thing to happen to it, because then they're just all competing for show and their prizes and prestige, and it became less about the applicability and more about how much money can we make.
Yeah, the
with
appeal of
nifty
the
looking stuff. Here's our appeal, and here's the significance in uh, students become teachers, right? But if a student doesn't fully understand what the teacher was doing, then you get this alteration of the technique, and
true.
it gets lost. And that's one thing that our school does is we go and we look at this stuff. We go do the historical research. We go find modern masters. We go learn from them, and then try to fix it. Try to fix it. Yeah, it's fun, man. I've been doing this for over 35 years now.
Let's say if
Since
you're
I was a kid.
fourth John, then yeah, that would be a long time. I had a third before I stopped, but I can't do martial arts anymore.
I started with Bok Fu, that crane style kung fu. And yes, I do say kung fu instead of gung fu because I'm an American, damn it.
Yeah.
We pronounce everything.
America. Dude. We say kung fu in Latin America too.
And that's why we call our school Monster Martial Arts, because our native language is English, and in another language that would probably sound really cool and foreign.
Rocky likes it.
Although I probably have to say, like, my favorite styles to practice is Bagua and Wing Chun. Like those are my favorites. And when I'm practicing Bagua, I can't help but think of that one song, like, I don't mean to walk around in circles, walk around in circles.
Nice.
Just so you know, like, Bagua, you remember the movie Jet Li the One?
Yes.
That's what good Jet Li is doing, is Bagua.
Bagua.
And
Alright.
evil Jet Li is doing Xingyi, which are miscategorized as internal arts. They're not. Xingyi
they're definitely external.
Xingyi is pulsing. That's like there's pulsing techniques, like that's the one where like you could be like cornered in like Krav Maga and then just like pop out and like boom, that's it. That's the end of their jaw. They're not eating solid food for 6 weeks. And you have no room to maneuver, but that's because you can get it's tensing techniques. A lot of the success behind that is like tensing techniques and stuff like that, breathing and muscle control.
Like a torque,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, dude, it's like coiling a spring and then releasing it.
Yeah.
And Bagua is it's a hard soft style. It's mostly like you can go like soft, hard, soft. Like you can matrix it. And that's I'll shut up because I could go on for days.
All right, don't worry.
I can go on for hours of talking about martial
No,
arts.
I wasn't saying stop. I was saying look at all that husky fur they're shedding horribly right now.
Oh, dude, I can't breathe already.
Shedding horribly right now.
You haven't lost the room yet, so.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing some videos because one, I'm gonna be a sloppy POS, and in bad need of practice and exercise. And then I've got my oldest son and my oldest daughter both want, they're serious. They want to learn it. My son wants to get into good shape, and he wants to be a kung fu master.
Dude, I mean, don't mind if you're like a little bit
I wanna be a
overweight.
kung fu
because
master.
Sammo Hung.
Oh, dude,
He's amazing.
That's my boy right
He's
there, man.
amazing, yeah, and he's a husky one. He's a Michelin. master.
Kempo. That's
Right there.
the primary style I studied. Was Kempo.
Yeah, Kempo.
Oh,
Nice.
which one?
It was a mixed martial arts before it was trendy.
Right. Which Kempo? American, Japanese, Chinese?
American Kempo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was Parker School Kempo, then mixed with a bunch of other things. Like I did boxing, I did some Tai Chi techniques, I did Jiu-Jitsu, Tang Soo-Do, and other things mixed in.
Tang Soo-Do, yes.
You know what's actually kind of weird too is that I was just thinking of Sammo Hung when I first saw him. It was like he had a big belly and he was all chubby and shit, and you're like,
yeah.
what? And then he just moved like nothing.
Yeah, for real.
There's a very famous story about him on the set of Enter the Dragon, where somebody's like, "Oh, Bruce Lee, he's supposed to be pretty tough," and Sammo Hung was like, "Yep, I fought him. He's pretty good." And
nice.
Like he fought him to it. He goes, "We fought to a standstill. He's pretty good." He said that near Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee didn't say anything. So probably meant it was true.
Yeah, it's like everybody thinks he's like not going to be good because he's fat, you know. Like,
Yeah, and
but
then he's gonna pulverize you.
yeah, but like the thing is, what's funny is that when I forgot which show that he was in, it was like he played a cop. I watched it for a little bit, and he was doing handstands and shit. I'm like, damn, you know. Because a lot of the times when you see a lot of the old style like kung fu masters or martial arts masters, they're slender or they're kind of bulky, but they at least have tone. You know, they don't belly. But like when you look at Sammo Hung, you're like, holy shit! Like he was husky when he was younger, but like as he got older, it's like he had that belly and shit. And you're like, I don't know. But then he's like doing handstands and just fucking kicking ass about everyone. Like, I don't.
He learned from the same trainer as Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
dude.
Like
So-
guys, I wouldn't mess with Sammo Hung and Charles Bronson. I wouldn't mess with.
I have no
none of
problem
those.
messing with Charles Bronson. He's dead.
Oh no, me neither, dude. That guy used to work in
It's
the
like
front
Bruce
line.
Lee,
Those
not worried
muscles
right
are
now. He's
real. Those muscles are real. Like nah, it's no. He was a bouncer before he was a.
Oh god,
yeah.
Hell, Quentin. Hell, to continue.
So we're talking street evil. You know, that's
Oh,
the
dude,
worst
Charles
kind of
was
evil.
badass when he was alive.
Yeah, dude. So
I'm really excited to get back into it.
Yeah.
So I really miss martial arts, so I can live vicariously through you.
Yeah, and I've got a
Sorry,
couple, I've got
vendor.
like the kids lined up. I've got a couple of other students, and it's a college town where I'm moving to, so there's always going to be people who are interested. I'm real picky about who I teach. I got to see that they have the right kind of character because I won't give a loaded weapon just to anybody. You know, I have to understand that they're never going to use this.
Hey, Quentin.
And that seems contradictory, but it's like, no, dude, like, use your words. You know, like when you're talking to a kid who's just learning how to speak, no, use your words.
Because with me, the thing is that like the thing is, people think that I would be probably on the razor's edge and like jumping at everybody. It's like, no, I usually cut it off. You know, I usually walk away a lot of the time. The only time when I'm actually ever a real fucking asshole is that if they just keep coming at me. That's the thing. It's like, I've already told you I don't want to be around you. I've already told you, like, leave me alone. I've already told you back off. And I walk away and I keep walking away. You keep trying to fuck with me. It's like, fuck you then. You're going to get it. And they don't like that when that happens. But yeah, it's just I found that that's the most effective way because they think like, oh, you're a wimp or something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll get it at the least possible moment they expect it. And they're like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, I told you don't poke the bear. You know, the people that walk away, let them walk away or approach them calmly and be nice. Like they're willing. That's a very reasonable person, you know. But if somebody's like trying to get in your face all the time, it's like they're not. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah, we, since the time and more, we don't know when the tradition got started, but in our school, after you reach a certain point of maturity, regardless of your belt level, once you reach a certain point, and it's beyond black belt, is when you get it, but you get like a little tongue-in-cheek kung fu name. And mine is Jia Baishong. I'm the armored polar bear. Like, yes, from Golden Compass, by the way. Yeah. No, I'm that's because I'm always like, one, I
Beautiful.
love the cold.
Beautiful.
My favorite
Two,
martial art.
I teach body hardening, but I don't do like you don't need to beat your body. It's in your head, like walking on hot coals, in those motivational seminars, those 2-week seminars people will do, and by the end of them, they're like, "Look at this, I'm walking on hot coals." It's like, by physics, there's no reason you should be able to do that. That should cook your feet. Same thing with like body hardening. Like, there's no reason like that you should be able to the body cannot take a beating like that by physics. It's in your head. It's the amazing power of the mind. Like, not any like funky dory spiritual kind of weirdness or anything. But James Hayes had something, and I apologize. I didn't mean to ignore you. He asked, does the fact that the Chinese government is trying to destroy traditional martial arts in their country, particularly their reputation, bother you? Yeah. I have a lot of problem with what the CCP does. I'm pretty vocal about it. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh or the Human Toad. I don't like either of those guys.
Who's the Human Toad again?
Jiang Zemin.
Who's he? I know of President Xi.
Yeah, Jiang Zemin is the previous premier.
Oh, okay.
And he looks like a frog. Like, he does. He's got like these.
Because I remember Deng Xiaoping, but that was Tiananmen. That was a way long ago. And then there was President Xi, and I'm like amused by it because like I just like I was annoyed by that motherfucker. So I just said, okay, motherfucker. It's like, oh, we outlawed Winnie the Pooh, and I'm not a huge fan of Disney, but I drew him as Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
And I was just like, come at me, fucker. What are you gonna do? So.
Yes. I love enraging the 50 Cent army on Twitter. And they're all like, "Oh, cool story, bro."
Well, there's the
50 Cent army.
I'm trying to think of, was it my favorite martial art? That's a tough one. One I've practiced or just one I admire? I mean, I've done a lot of them, being that I'm from a mixed martial arts school without. This did a Kempo base, but it was mixed martial arts.
But it was like, yeah, pink trolls. I think that's what they're called, the Twitter fuckers on.
Yeah,
they're called pink trolls. It's really weird. I'm like, okay, but they go on and they do whatever fucking mayhem they do. Like,
probably Muay Thai. I think that'd be my favorite.
Yeah, I've been since I was a teenager. I've been very vocal on the nasty stuff that the CCP gets up to.
Oh, Penjok's a lot. That's the one.
Oh, dude, that's one that I like. For real, that is one that I want to go and study. I want to be able to afford just a good amount of time to go overseas and go learn that.
My sensei taught a lot of it in there, and then we did Eskrima / Cali fighting.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. No, I love Arnis. That one's so much fun, and I can't wait to get back into practice because if you want good symmetrical coordination. That's one that'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. James Hayes is going, Elon Musk, the future of Twitter warfare looks really bright.
Yeah. So what is I've been meaning to ask, what does everybody think about Daddy Elon taking Twitter to the moon?
Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Could care less.
I mean, it's probably better. He's not I think with Elon Musk, he's not a Silicon Valley shithead. I mean, I'm from that area, and I'm not saying that people in Silicon Valley don't deserve their money. They are very smart. They have really good ideas. They're very technologically advanced. The problem is that a lot of them have their head up their ass. It's kind of Angel Alita, how they had Tifaras, the nice city up on the sky. They're in Tifaras. I mean, they have their merits and everything. They're very smart, educated people, but they don't look at practicality in terms of, okay, great, you have these big progressive ideals and shit, which is awesome. But, you guys don't look at the things that are around to use that to solve things. You need to take everything into account to adequately solve a problem, and they don't. And Gavin Newsom's one of those guys and all that. Like, he altered the free needle shit, I found out. originally, like with the free needle stuff, like in other countries, what they do, like Prague, when they cut their IV drug use in half or
Okay.
down to nil.
I'm gonna sum this up in one sentence.
Uh-oh.
Elon can crash crypto with a tweet. He already fucking owns Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just become official recently.
Yeah, monetarily. But the thing is that what I was getting back at is that they will physically take a person, clean them up, because what will do the horrible rate of transmission of any disease, IV drug use, is that skin, and a lot of the addicts that are really gone are filthy. They have not been able to take care of themselves. A lot of them are homeless. You know, apparently I heard if you're homeless, you can't be fucking sober on the street. It's just shit, you know? So it's either that or it's the dirty needle going into you or both. It's just not good. So what they will physically do in other countries when they've solved it with this is they will take the person, physically clean them up, give them a clean drug, give them a clean needle, right? And kind of medically attend to them. So it psychologically puts in their head, this is a medical procedure, right? It's not just, jab stuff into me. But the problem, and then what they'll do is that, I forget what it's called. It's like stick time or whatever. I don't know the medical term, but they'll actually sit with the person, make sure it takes well, like for an hour, right? So it psychologically further drives it into them that it's a clinical thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of sucks in California is that they just said, we'll just give them free needles, and Gavin Newsom time to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't solve anything. So it's like, I'm not trying to say that I advocate for that. I'm just saying like how he did it. It was just really machine driven. That's why there's tons of disposed needles in San Francisco now.
Yeah. No, for real.
It's just that Silicon Valley mindset. It's like, as I said, that's the dark side of the Silicon Valley mindset. And it sucks. You look at Theranos, same thing.
Oh, dude, yeah. That Theranos chick, like, she looks insane. Like, how she never blinks.
Yeah, no, these are the same people that are like, well, $1,000 a month, that's enough to live off of.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Yeah,
and it's like, where?
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean,
not even here. And we live on live chicken.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, it's like, it's not practical. So that's why it's like, Silicon Valley is really awesome because they went ahead and did a lot of stuff that revolutionized the world. But the problem is that they're so caught up in their own success that they don't really kind of think about the other thing. With Elon Musk, I kind of give him, he's sort of grounded. I don't want to say in reality because I don't want to go and say shoot for mediocre. But the thing is he takes everything into account and builds it up so it works. So it excels. Like you have PayPal, that was unheard of. And that actually revolutionized the movement of electronic payment, right? Anonymous or safe electronic payment. Like now that went on to Venmo and all this other stuff. Then Tesla, everybody laughed at his ass. And guess what? Tesla's one of the biggest cars right there, like one of the most marketable cars and sought after luxury vehicles. Okay. And then now he's doing SpaceX. Everybody fucking laughed at him. Oh, use a reusable rocket. No, that's not possible. Now he is.
The shuttle had reusable boosters.
No, I know, but I mean, it's for commercials. For commercial.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say because that's nothing new.
No, but I mean, just saying, like, instead of the government doing it like NASA, where it's like, yes, you have the reusable, but like reusable rockets in general, I'm thinking, like, telling the thing
straight up Buck Rogers, yo.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know, if he does Twitter, I think it'll probably take off in some way that's very positive. I mean, there'll probably be bumps along the way, like it probably did with Tesla and SpaceX, but that's with anything you acquire. Yeah. So like everybody's like, oh, Twitter. And it's like he probably has a vision for Twitter that's actually better than what Jack Dorsey had. Jack Dorsey is kind of like the Silicon Valley, like Seattle mindset, which is kind of falling off to the wayside now because everybody's realizing they're kind of the new oligarchs. It's kind of like the Robert of the turn of the century. It just happens every time there's new technology or new waves.
Jack Dorsey looks like a yoga instructor. Like I really don't
do all that fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm not
I really don't trust him. Yeah.
Jack Dorsey looks like a guy that I wouldn't buy herb off of if I saw him on the street, dude. Because I'd probably eat oregano.
Yeah, like he's like selling incense and like scented.
Or he's got a badge.
Yeah, for real.
He got a badge. He looks at me like one of them scummy undercover cops, man.
All right.
I mean, he's just not he's not a really personable guy. I mean, he had an idea for Twitter, and he's one of the co-creators. But I think for the paperwork, did Elon just buy him out? Like he's just not on the board anymore, or what is it? Because sometimes
It's not the company, but it's they have to go over what this will mean as
Yeah,
it
now,
goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're terrified as to their futures at the company because
Wow.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the U.S. congressional hearings in regards to social media, but both Facebook and Twitter got caught with their hand in the cookie jar for manipulating the politics.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
And
they
yeah,
took campaign funds when they shouldn't,
mhm.
altering it, and people go like on one side of the aisle, they're like, "Oh, that's so," like, okay, look, if it can happen on one side, it can happen another, and you're not going to like it when it happens on the other. I've seen too many examples of that
If
shit.
you guys are all familiar with 230, suddenly the Democrats want to take a closer look at 230.
I know, right?
Last year they was all about 230 because it was was helping them, right? No. Here we go.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like you fuck over one side. Do be very careful in politics if it's going to flip over and fuck you over. That is why I'm never a fan of like one-sided legislation in general. But it's just what I find interesting about the whole thing. So it's like, I mean, it's interesting how this is kind of creating this whole, I don't want to say revolutionary, but a whole relook at our social media structure. And again, people, I mean, I get annoyed when people start demonizing a certain technology. So, oh, well, because of this, social media, it's awful and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, it's a progression of human society, whether you like it or not. We just have to work out how it fits and how it works the best for us. And that's just what they had to do with everything. Like with cars, like we had horses, they would die in the middle of the fucking street. We would see like how well the owners treated their horses, right? Same thing with cars, you know, it just goes on and on and on. And we just have to adjust and ethically do it to what we, and I kind of hate saying ethically, not because I don't like ethics. It's just, it's been misused a lot to kind of more bullshit basically. But
ethics and morality are words that by definition has been open to interpretation deliberately, and that's just what I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It used to be one thing.
Changed by who's making the rules. You know that.
It used to be one thing at some point, but not anymore. So now who do we listen to? And just
well, I mean, they know that there's like manipulation, like different countries can alter cyber networks, and they can do it very subtly. So in terms of social media, they can do it. It's not just outright blocking. It's like they're very subtle and very smart about it. So that's why I'm kind of going like, you know, it's good that we're looking at this now because this could probably affect other things later, and it could create a more neutral space for communication and information. I mean, the common man knows it too. It's like, there you go. And it's like,
I don't know if this has to do with anything we're talking about, but in regards to morality and ethics, I live in a Catholic country, and up to 1995, the Catholic Church will keep records and basically take care of marriages. When the whole scandals with the Vatican came out and all like the diddling kids and whatnot, a whole structure of the legality of marriages was shook because now the government has to take part of it. And dude, there was a huge upheaval, and we're still recovering from that. So I don't know. Like I think on a sense, this is happening throughout with social media. Like who's moral, who's right, what's right, and what's the truth. Like that's what we're fighting for right now.
I mean, personally for me, like when I go and do business deals, I know that I want it for me, and I know that other person wants it for themselves. Let's not fucking talk about it. So it's like, okay, if you want it from me, let's go ahead and try to see where we meet on a common ground. That's a much more better and realistic way to do it. You can still do a lot. You can still get your goals, no matter how lofty they are, but it's just like, don't try to bullshit. You're saying like, oh, everybody's completely selfless. It's like, no. That's bullshit, because usually
that's just being naive.
Yeah, that's where the worst corruption is. I'm sorry to say. So like when I run certain things, it's like, okay, I know this person wants it for themselves. I know I want it for myself. What can we do to work together? It's realistic. And I hate the people that go like, well, that means it'll be totally selfish. It's like, no, that's actually not a healthy way of doing that. That's one another extreme.
I know they've always told you selfishness was wrong, yet it was for me, not you, that I came to right this time.
Dude. But one thing is selfishness, and the other is self-preservation. Like if you do things despite your well-being, then you're not viable in the world, and you're gonna die and starve.
Well, I have noticed
So, yeah.
the people that are the most selfish are the ones that don't feel worthy about taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
The people that are the most assholish are the ones that felt like they gave all this thing, and then I'm not saying that that's the one thing, but that's one side of it. And then you have the people that are treated like doormats because they're taught a very fucked up way of unconditional love, of unconditional anything of that. And the other thing, you have to, like, people that are extraordinarily selfish, they're raised with a fucking thing of like, they're not worthy enough a lot of the time. Or they don't have a sense of other people, but more often than not, they know deep down they're a pile of shit.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is like, I've been finding that more and more. So it's like, if you're just like, look, I have to take care of myself. This is what I want. This is what I really want. This is what I really want to do. You got to be honest with that about yourself.
Yeah.
And like,
what you really, really want.
Thank you. I didn't say it.
That's what I've just noticed about people. So like how we label people on that, like, oh, you're selfish. It's like, no, I'm not. I just know realistically what I fucking want.
Yeah. I mean, when somebody comes out with that kind of thing, I'll just say yes.
Yeah, I like the joke.
Yeah, at that point they can miss me. Like, oh, you've been really selfish like that. I'm just letting you know what I need in order to continue providing the service.
Well, what I think is funny is that when people tell me advice that they themselves are miserable following. Like there's don't talk about this, don't do this, don't do that, don't talk about this person, don't think about this. And I'm like going, wait a minute, you feel the same way, but you are following your own advice and you're fucking miserable.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's like, that's how I feel. And it's like I've gotten to that point about quote unquote advice. That's why I don't talk to a lot of people. Because a lot of people tell me not to do deep invention. A lot of people told me not to do a lot of shit that actually I got successful in. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to listen to people. So.
Yeah, I have a policy of only if asked, I will tell people what to do if they ask for advice. But like giving it like willy-nilly, like I'm some kind of guru from the mountains, doesn't really work.
No.
I try to find people that know more about everything than I do, so that when somebody asks me advice about a certain subject, I can say, "Oh, go talk to him. He knows more about that shit than I do."
Yeah.
Well, that's actually one of the successful actions of self-made millionaires. My brother Harry, who is a self-made millionaire, he compiled a list of successful actions that millionaires take, and one of that is that every single one of these guys knows at least two people that do two things better than them. And you want to collect people like that they have different expertise, because that's how you get the team right. The quarterback, he's the guy who knows where to put the ball. That defensive lineman is going to keep the quarterback safe. That running back is going to run interference, maybe even carry the ball. Those wide receivers, et cetera, they all do different things better than the others. And we got like Pops, man. He's out here almost every single day. Out here plugging and promoting, and it's like, dude, I can't do that.
It's a lot of energy to do.
Dude, it's heavy duty.
What everybody, it's like, look, this didn't start out with any kind of vision. There was no, oh my God, 2 years down the road, we're still going to be doing CromCon. I'm going to have all these other shows. My YouTube channel is going to be growing. There was no vision involved in this. I had a little Facebook group, and I just wanted to get eyes on people's stuff because COVID killed it. Okay, there was no vision. Now, what Christy just said, I do think about myself now, because now I actually have bills involved in doing what I do.
Exactly.
To promote people. So I got to think about whether or not I can keep my StreamYard on, and whether or not I can keep my telephone on. And I got to do stuff that involves sometimes to keep this rolling. So if I'm out here and I'm like, yeah, man, come out to my show, I'll help promote what you're doing. That's because I need to grow to be able to keep this thing rolling. just like I need to grow in order to get more eyes on what you guys do. So I'm out here pushing. I want it to grow. I want it to get bigger and bigger all the time. That's not a crime, yo. Wanting to be successful is not a fucking crime, yo.
No, sir,
Nope.
it is not.
You know? So I've been called a fraud and all kinds of stuff in the last couple of weeks, and it's like,
yeah, dude.
I'm trying to have fun. There's no fraud in having fun.
Right.
Jesus, man. There's some people out there really need to lighten up. This is comic books.
Right, for real though.
This is comic books, yo. There's no borders. There's no army gathering on the other side. That shit's in your minds. Just fucking have fun. I'm done. I ran over.
No, you're absolutely right, brother.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, preach.
You haven't lost the crowd yet, so.
I love this. I love this shot that I'm working on right here. This is right after Crom pops out of Blackjack's ear, and his line in this panel is like, "You ever get out of the pool too fast?" As he's pulling up his shorts.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it.
Like, he's so nonchalant. Like, he's not even addressing the fact that he just popped out of her ear, that they're in the middle of this, as you can see from this establishing shot, they're in the middle of a snowy wilderness and all this. No. His shorts, it was a little embarrassing. And then that look on his face right there, that's nothing but trouble. Like this look is nothing but trouble.
Hey,
Look at that.
That's what Crom looks like when the light bulb goes off. Or I should say turns on. Yeah. That's as she's now going to be going down the hill. Like, wait, what avalanche? Yeah, this one, it's 12 pages, Pops. Hopefully that's not too much.
No, do your thing. Just don't show too much more.
No worries. I actually have the preliminary sketches actually saved in a different file. So I have my public working file, and I'm when it comes to sending it off for production and whatnot, I'm going to marry the two files, and they'll have babies.
Baby files,
just little files. Little ones, cute little ones. Just want to pinch their cheeks.
I know what it is, and I left high school games behind a long time ago. That's why I just leave people behind when they start shit, because I don't got time for it. I'm trying to get eyes on what Pedro does, Allison does, Christy does, Tank does, what Lee does. Everybody. I'm trying to get eyes on what you do, man. It's not race to a million. It's not none of that shit. I'm trying to get eyes on what you do. That's all.
Hey, Pops, I will be right back, sir.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I gotta go too, man. I have a couple of meetings.
Yeah,
I have to get ready for that. So
we actually about an hour over anyway. So
yeah,
we're going about 3
you guys
hours.
want to just go around and say where you can be found, and make sure you drop one more link in the chat on your way out.
All right.
All right. First. I will go and leave this with you guys. My final parting gift. There is the Kickstarter. If you guys already pledged, go and make other people pledge, because we are not at 100%. You don't get your shit.
Yeah.
Nobody gets nothing until they're funded. If you want it, tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Again, I know like some of you are like waiting for stuff, and I get it. No, I'm just talking about the other new crop. Edge. It's a good book. A lot of people like it. A lot of people love it. And that's me too. I don't know why Facebook user pops up. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah. Thank you guys. I'm going to take off. I gotta go with my rider.
See you later, Christy.
Bye, Christy.
Hug your little assholes for me.
Definitely.
Well, I'm telling Allison because she's got 2 cats. But if you got 2 little asshole cats, that's great too.
Yep.
Wow.
Tank.
That to me,
I was just
physically
gonna
possible.
practice some yoga.
Yeah, like I don't bend that way, but I can try.
I'm not doing. No. Okay, Allison, where can we be found?
Well, let's see. I can usually be found streaming with Peter Palmiotti Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can find me on my Twitch channel with Alley Cat Comics, and soon alleycatcomics.com once I finish building the website.
Yes.
And typically here every Tuesday and Sunday.
Cool. Thank you for coming out. You know what's up.
Bye.
Pedro.
Hi, you can find me at the Twitters under a new administration by Daddy Elon Musk at Angela. And yeah, I'm on the Ginger and Pedro show every Sunday doing highlights on campaigns and whatnot and keeping people aware of what's happening in the neck of the woods. Back Tropical Magics. I'm sharing the link again. We are funded already and the book is already done. We're doing the letters. It's going to be ready for next week, and we're going to start doing the files to do the printing. So this is going to go fast or just at the mercy of the paper. So, yeah, guys, check it out. Back it. We're already over the goal, so you're definitely going to get your book.
Ooh, yeah, buddy.
And go watch that Crom trailer. Watch that Crom trailer. You see that Crom animation that was done by that guy right there, too. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Thanks so
guys.
much, Pedro. I will
Take
talk
care,
to you
man.
soon, my friend.
Take care.
Peace. And then there was 2.
And then there were 2.
I'm just gonna go ahead and like play this CB for K outro and then hang out for a minute. Let's chat.
Yeah. Let me. I'll go grab some coffee. So thank you everybody for joining our wonderful show. Be sure to check me out over on Brain Cage Multimedia. Awesome stuff coming out there. Like, dude, for real, like really good stuff coming out. Greg Levitt is he's a mastermind of entertainment. So you got to go check out his stuff, dude. Like he is the captain of that wonderful ship. And be sure to check out my drawing streams. They're kind of chill. They're kind of, if you're looking to hang out, you're not looking for anything but maybe a chill and some art, then go check out Tank Ferret Presents.
Do that. Drop that link over there before we turn this thing off, man.
Yeah, I gotta get a bigger hammer. Let's see here. And oh, cool! I'm at 45 subs. So on my Tank Ferret Presents, let's see here. Now I got to maneuver. All right, so there we go. That's for Tank Ferret, and I got to grab the Brain Cage one real quick. We're at 415 subs over on Brain Cage Multimedia. So definitely go check it out over there. Got some good stuff, man. Greg's been doing some fantastic interviews with amazing creators, so go check that out, definitely.
Cool.
And there's a link for that.
All right, hang out. I'm gonna play 2 things and then I'll be out.
All right.
We got
I'm
to
gonna grab some coffee real quick. I'll be right back.
The Comics Related Madness presents Enter the Cromniverse, an anthology featuring a little green dude with a bat.
Yeah, listen, it's me, Crown, the world's first real-life internet troll. So there's a whole gang of creators making an anthology starring yours truly. We're talking 15 creators, 13 stories, another 8 folks creating merchandise, all for your entertainment. Indiegogo is the place you want to go to back this glorious project. This anthology features my lovable self crossing over in today's best independent comic books and graphic novels, causing chaos everywhere I go. In addition, we're going to be offering custom painted shoes, black light tapestries, sketch cards, alternate covers, adorable crocheted mini-me's, original art, and sculptures.
Anyway, back at today, only on Indiegogo.
Come get some.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.